Good evening, I'm back. Yesterday was a hectic day because my wonderful partner took me out for the day in Glasgow and we went out for meals, etc. And we didn't get back till late, so but we had a great day. But it's great to be back. Hi Debbie. So I am grateful to be back. I have missed you all, even though it's just for one day, but do you know what? I've made some wonderful friends on here. I'm just going to turn this light down just a little bit, because it's a little bit on the bright side. There we go. Because you make some wonderful friends on here. So even one day going off live, you do miss everybody. Hello, Cutie Curtis, and welcome. Okay, for everyone that's new, welcome. My name is Lady Moonlight. I'm the Mystic Witch. I come on here round about, well, normally about 9 o'clock, sometimes a little bit later, depends on how busy my night's been. And I usually come on and do a card, an affirmation of the day, and then I will pick 6 single card readings for people after I've done my card of the day and affirmation of the day. And in between all of that, we usually have a good old natter. So welcome. Hi Debbie. Hello Spiritual. Hello Jelly, Razel, Vault. Wow, we got lots of people coming in. So welcome everyone. So I'm just gonna, because I'm running a little bit later than normally, I'm just gonna get straight into the affirmation of the day. Then I'm gonna pick a card of the day, and then we'll start picking names. I usually just pick 6 names at random for a card, and then on my profile page you will find a pinned post where you can put your name down for a single card reading. It is a long waiting list. I do apologise, because since I started when I first started the free readings list on my profile, I hardly got any names. And then more and more people started to get to know me, and they all jumped on to the list, and my list grows longer every day. On average, I can average 2 to 3 readings a day from that list. So if your name is on the list, and I haven't got round to you yet, but I have tagged you to say that or I've messaged you or left a comment saying that you're on my list, you are on my list. Hi Pixie. Hello everyone. Thank you for the roses everyone. And the likes. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, wonderful seeing everybody coming on. Regulars and new people as well. Absolutely wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much. As always, I'm just going to, throughout the live, thank everyone for their likes, their shares, their comments. Many of you that don't know me, I'm registered blind, so I don't see very well, so I have to get pretty up close and personal to the comments to see the comments. And if I do miss any comments, apologies if I miss anyone. But hello everyone that has joined. After I've done my lives, I always share my lives to my YouTube channel, so that if anyone does get a reading from tonight's one, they can always go to my YouTube channel and look up the video and view their reading anytime they want, basically. Hello. what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the affirmation of the day, then I'm going to do the card of the day, and then what I normally do to make it fair to everyone is I normally then ask people to start sharing their, like, posting their emojis, hearts, faces, unicorns, whatever. And as the emojis start coming up, I will pick 6 names at random from the images that come up. But we'll do that after the affirmation of the day and the card of the day. So I'm gonna start the card of the day and the affirmation first, and then we can get on to the exciting part of picking 6 names for tonight's readings. Oh, I'm still getting used to them. My little witchy nails. I've just had them done today. I wanted, I'm a lover of the moon, crescent moon, full moon, so I had to have little moons and stars done on my nails. So I've kind of got my witchy nails on today. But thank you anyway. Okay, so let's start with the affirmation of the day before we get into personal readings. The affirmation that I've chosen for today is I am grateful. Because when we say I am grateful, we are putting out to the universe, I'm grateful for the things that I have in life. If we moan about something, if we moan that we've no money, or we've moaned that we've not got abundance, or there's too many bills coming in, or I haven't got enough money to pay the bills or the food on the table, or I'm looking for a bigger house or a better house and I haven't got the finances. When we moan about things like that, we're basically putting out a negative. And the universe gives us what we put out. So if we're saying, oh, too many bills are coming in, guaranteed you're going to get unexpected bills coming in through the door. So you want to reverse that. You want to then turn around and say, I'm grateful because this month I'm able to pay a bill. I'm grateful because this month I've got food on the table. I'm grateful because I have a roof over my head where many people don't. What you're doing is you're sending energy out into the universe saying, this is what I have and I'm so grateful for it. Now that is a positive. And what the universe hears is, oh, she likes it that she's got food on the table. She likes it that she's got a roof over her head. So let's give her more abundance. Let's keep the good abundance flowing. So let's keep the money flowing. Let's keep the abundance flowing. And you'll find that better things happen. The reason I know this to be true is because every time I think negative in the past, guaranteed my day would be negative. But every time I put a positive spin on things, my day seemed to be so much better. So now I kind of steer away from the negative. I'm always saying I'm grateful for the things that I have in life, and I usually find that the things that I'm grateful for, you get more of. I haven't done the list quite yet. Thank you for everyone that's asking to join me on a live. I don't tend to let anybody come on live just because it puts me off my thread when I'm doing my readings and stuff. So that's the affirmation of the day. Think of things that you are grateful to have in your life. Could be family. Could be you're grateful to see in a new day. Could be you're grateful for food on the table. you're grateful to have a wonderful partner by your side. I know that that's one of my gratitude, is that I am so grateful to have a wonderful man in my life who puts me first. So it gives you a focus, something to focus, that I am grateful for these things in my life. So I'm going to do today's general card of the day, which is a card of the day. I normally shuffle these cards. I'm using my Old Faithfuls. And I normally shuffle them, and as I'm shuffling them, I will ask my guides to give me a card that can relate to anyone that is watching this live this evening. And if you're hearing noises or bells in the background, it is my parrots. They are supposed to be sleeping, but sometimes when they hear me going live, they get a little bit playful. Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to be doing the list just shortly, folks. So I haven't done the list yet. And everybody wants to be on the list. So I will be picking them at random. It just makes it a lot fairer. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards first and see what the card of the day is. Give me 2 seconds. I need to sort these birds out because they decided they want to fight in the middle of my live. Apologies for that. What is it they say? Never work with animals and children. I have 2 African grey parrots. I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't get 1, I get 2. They were actually my mum's parrots. And my mum passed away in 2009. My stepdad at the time was going to put them in an aviary with wild birds, and I couldn't do that to them. They've been together for many years, and I couldn't split them up. So I guess I inherited 2 squawky fighting parrots. They don't fight a lot, thank goodness, but when they do, they are very noisy. But yes, one of them talks and one of them doesn't. Oh, wonderful, Natalie. So, Natalie, did your African grey talk? Was it a talker? One of mine, the oldest one, Rocky, he's a talker. And the other one used to talk, but my ex, who was a nasty piece of work, I've spent 30 years in abuse with him. I think when I was at work one day, he must have done something to the younger parrot, maybe tried to choke it or something, because it's never been able to talk again since. Oh, love that when they do. Mine, the oldest one, it makes the telephone sound. And it's so realistic, sometimes you think that the phone's ringing and you run to answer it, and you realise it's a parrot. It also, when we get up in the morning and we stir our first cup of coffee, it will always say good morning. And then when we put the lights out at night, it'll say good night. It's crazy how they get used to that. I'm so glad I got away as well. I spent my past hasn't been a rosy one, to say the least. I spent 50 years being bullied, and abused. 30 of those years was with my ex, and the years before that was basically at school, just because of my disability, just because I have unusual shaped eyes, and of course kids can be cruel when you're at school, so I used to be bullied a lot at the school. I was so glad to get left school, went to college. It wasn't quite so bad when I went to college, and then I met my ex, and he said and did all the right things until we got married, and then he changed, and I saw the real monster. By that time, it was too late. It was difficult to get away because I had two small children at the time, and then when my kids grew up, I had grandchildren. I don't see my grandchildren now because when I left my ex, they banned me from seeing my grandchildren. But my oldest granddaughter, who's now 18, she's found a way to keep in touch with me via Instagram. So, and she's hoping to come and see me very soon. No problem, Pixie. Oh, wow. Yeah, do you know what? The easiest thing in the world is to get into an abusive relationship. The hardest thing in the world is to leave that abusive relationship. And do you know what? It annoys me when you get people saying, "Oh, it's your own fault. You should have left a long time ago." Unless you've really been in an abusive, controlling, narcissistic relationship, you have no idea how difficult it is to get away from abuse. I was fortunate that 8 years ago I met my current partner while I was going through that abuse, and we got on really well as friends, and I moved in with him, and we've been happy together for 8 years. If it hadn't been for him, I probably wouldn't be alive to tell the tale. Yeah, many people do. It is so difficult. Yeah, you know, a lot of people say, "But don't you think it's a bit late in life to find happiness?" No. When you've been through 50 years of hell, you grab any happiness that you can get, let me tell you. But rather than see it as a negative, I actually see it as a positive. Because even though I'm registered blind and I don't have a lot of sight, I've always had very strong spiritual sight to make up for it. So I've always helped people with my readings. I'm also a Reiki master. I trained to be a Reiki master. So I send healing to people as well. So I'm going through that abuse. I'm going through the bullying. At the time, it wasn't a bed of roses, let me tell you. It was horrific. But I came out the other end, thank goodness. So many women don't. And I've used that experience to help other women and children who go through abuse to heal, or even give them advice on how to get out safely. Because it's not just a case of opening the door and getting out. It's a case of opening the door, getting out safely, making a safe escape route where you, and if you have children in that relationship or marriage, you and your children can get out safely. That is key. You have to put your safety before anything else. And thank goodness for refuges. You know, there are so many women's aid refuge places now. Not everyone can get into them because abuse is becoming more and more recognised. And I'm kind of glad about that. However, the law needs to change to help the victims of abuse as well. Because many women go to the law and the police for help, and they don't get the help. They really don't get the help that they should be getting. I hope so too. Wow. Do you know what? That is brilliant, because I have a son with autism, and before my vision got really, really bad, to the point I couldn't work, I worked 15 years as an autism practitioner looking after adults with autism. It was my way of giving back, because I was a mum with an autistic adult. I was able then to go into that line of work and help others, but then I had an eye operation that went really, really wrong, and I lost a lot of my vision. I didn't have very much vision when I was working, but I had enough just to work. But now I don't have great vision to work, so I do my readings full time, and I come on TikTok and I do these readings and cards of the day for you all instead. I haven't got a filter. I have got my sort of ring light. If I put my ring light away, you'll see I'm not white. I'm kind of, I do have pinky, it's just that my light is really bright. If I turn my light down a little bit, you'll see, if I turn my ring light off, no, I'm not white. I'm actually quite tanned. I've been out in the sun yesterday. We were out, my partner took me out for dinner. I'll just put this ring light on again. But my partner took me out for dinner in Glasgow, and it was a really, really hot day. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. There we go. Let's put it up a little bit. But yeah, it's just the light that makes me look a little bit brighter. Let's see if I can put the skin tone. There we go. That's a little bit better. Thank you. Well, I've always known since I was young that my mission on this earth plane, I am a starseed and an indigo. So I've always known since I was very, very small. I have my great-grandmother, who I never met in real life or in this earth plane. She lived in the 1800s. She was an Irish gypsy witch who was exiled from Ireland in the 1800s for marrying against her beliefs or marrying against her family's faith. And I guess her witch's name or her magic name was Lady Moon. And when I got to know her very well through communicating with spirit, I got my name, which she gave me, which was Lady Moonlight. So it's quite a long story, but yeah, she's been my guide since I was very, very young. So she's taught me everything that she knew. So I knew from a very young age that this was my destined path, was to do readings, to do healing, to learn Reiki and all of that. So yeah, it's the only thing I can do that doesn't require physical sight. I use my third eyesight, so I'm grateful for it. I'm so grateful. Today's affirmation is gratitude, so I am grateful for. I'm actually grateful that I don't have physical vision or good physical vision, because with that, if I had really, really good physical vision, I wouldn't have perfect spiritual vision. So I guess it's worked out in my favour. It's as it should be. Oh, bless. Well, I'm going to send some healing your way. Definitely. Okay, so let's get on with the card of the day. Today's card of the day, which is a general card for everyone, is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is saying, if you are working to a goal, if you are working on a new hobby or a new craft, or you're looking for a new job, maybe you want to do some further education to get new qualifications in life. Whatever it is that you're working towards, this is telling you these thoughts that come into our head. If we get, it's a bit like our mum tells us when we're younger, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I want to be a spaceman or a spacewoman or whatever, right? We make all these wonderful things up when we're kids that we want to be superwomen and whatever. But as we get older, we get our own ideas on what we want to do in life. And you think, well, where do these ideas come from? We're kind of guided into where we're supposed to be. But sometimes we might not have the qualifications to get there. So maybe we have to do some further education, night school, college, university, that kind of thing. Many adults now, to get into the workplace, they have to learn new skills that they previously didn't have. I wanted to add to my spiritual healing. So I went a few years back and did a Reiki course. In fact, I did 3. And I got my Reiki 1, my Reiki 2, and my Reiki Masters / teacher. So I'm able to now implement that into what I do. But I had to go and learn that skill. So I guess I mastered my craft. I was mastering my craft. And that craft was going to help me financially. Oh, wow. Oh, nursing is a great... Wow. There you go. See, thank you to my guides. So yeah, so in Katie's life, this card is basically you're learning, you're going into nursing. So nursing, you have to go to nursing college, and then you have to have placements and all of the things that come into that. But in the long run, nursing is, everybody needs nurses, right? We all get sick from time to time. Without nurses, where would we be? Especially when we're just coming out of COVID here in the UK. The nurses did an absolute sterling job during COVID, so we always need nurses. But whatever it is that you're doing, now is the right time to do that. It's not by accident. It's a thing that draws you. From the day we are born, the universe already knows what we're supposed to do with our life. Our life is mapped out for us. We don't know it at the time because we don't have that inner vision. We don't have that foresight that spirit have. We're just, when we're born, we're children exploring the world, and sometimes people don't know what their calling is until they're in their 20s, 30s, or maybe 40s, before they actually start awakening. They call it awakening, and they kind of get, oh, this is what I need to do. This is why I'm called to do this. It wasn't until after I got out of abuse that I realised, coming out of that, the reason I had to go through bullying and abuse was because part of my calling or part of my life was to help other women and children who are going through abuse. All 3 of my grandchildren went through abuse at the hands of my daughter. I don't see my daughter anymore because I will not tolerate anyone that can harm a child. And when my youngest granddaughter was only 4.5, my daughter aided her boyfriend at the time to try and drown my youngest granddaughter at 4.5. She still has nightmares about it to this day, and she's now 11 years old. So it can really mess up a child's life when they go through abuse. And because I protected my grandchildren and I spoke up for them, I got banned from seeing them. Which is a bit worrying, because there's not a day that goes by I don't worry about the safety of those children. However, yes, the social services know, because I did tell them, but again, just like the police nowadays, social services fall down when it comes to protecting the very vulnerable people that they're supposed to be protecting. It's a crazy world. Oh, I'm so glad that you're doing that. Okay, let's catch up with the comments here. It is a crazy world, but you know what? I often put affirmations out to the universe and saying, I'm only one person trying to change the world. But if my message can reach other people, and we can stand together as one, especially women and children who have been abused, and we can talk about it. Because the last thing that abusers want you to do is to stay silent about it. And I refuse to stay silent so that abusers can stay comfortable. Abusers want us to be silent. They don't want you talking about it. They don't want you talking about your experiences, because you are calling them out, you are bringing them out. So I will forever and a day talk about what my abusers put, not just myself through, but my autistic son, who also got bullied by his father, and the harm it does to children. I refuse point blank to stay silent, just so that family can stay comfortable. And my grandchildren know I will always speak out for them. Little do their parents know that my grandchildren know what my YouTube channels are. And I send little secret messages through my YouTube, and I post these readings on YouTube so that they know Grand's always talking about them. Grand's always sending protection to them, be it universal protection, but every little helps. And all three of my grandkids know that when they are of an age, i.e. 16, 17, 18, my door is always open for them, and I help them where and whenever I can. Thank you, Leslie. I do what I can. Thank you, Pixie. Yep. Debbie's also went through that, and that's it. We are survivors. The worst thing that you can call a woman that has gone through abuse is a victim. We are not victims. We are survivors, and we are darn warriors, because throughout it all we are still standing. And then when we meet other women who go through abuse, we stand together. And then they meet other women who go through abuse, and then they stand together. Ultimately, what we're doing is we are building a abused woman army. And it's this army of abused women that will one day take over, and we will stamp out abuse. Both abuse for women and more so for children that have suffered abuse, because children are the most vulnerable in all of it. It is my dream to just work one day at a time, helping those. And many of the abused women that watch my videos often follow, and they'll message me, and we'll talk in DM, etc. And we'll support each other, and we'll help each other, and more importantly, we will listen. Because the best thing that you can do for any woman or child that have been through abuse is simply listen. Don't judge them. Don't sit and tell them they could have got out sooner. We don't want to hear that. What all we are asking for is allow us to have our say, allow us to have our voice, and just listen with an open heart and an open mind, and not judge. We don't need your judgment. Heaven knows we've been judged by our abusers. We don't need others to judge us. My abuser told lots of lies when I left him and twisted it so that it made it out that I was having an affair and that's why I left him. No, I wasn't having an affair. I just met a wonderful man who offered me his home and his heart and his protection and his love. And had it not been for that man still being in my life, I would probably be dead. He saved my life. So, I tell the truth. I speak up. And I will day by day, month by month, year by year, unravel his carefully woven lies. And it's true what they say, isn't it? The truth always comes out in the end. Exactly. Do you know what? I love that, Katie, because my son has been through abuse, but he is nothing like his dad. In fact, he has autism, so he lives on his own now, because when I left, he refused to leave his home because that was all he knew. So he stayed with his dad for about the first year, which was heartbreaking for me, until one day his dad raised his hand to him. And he asked me and my partner for help. And we fought hammer and tongs to get the authorities to take him out of that house and to get his own home. He now has his own home with part-time staff support. And his dad tried to take over his home. And one day my son plucked up the courage to tell his dad when his dad turned up at his house, to go and do one and not come back. Or he would report his dad to the police. And he actually did the right thing, because he opened his front door and he screamed at the top of his lungs so that the whole neighbourhood could actually hear him telling his dad to get back in his car and go off and not come back again. And he's told his care staff that he has banned his dad from his home. I am so darn proud of that young man, because it must have been terrifying to tell his controlling dad to just go and do one. And he knows just how proud I am of him. And he comes to see me once a fortnight and has his dinner with us. He absolutely adores my partner, and my partner helps him. And it's so nice. A few weeks back, I was taking him home after his visit, and he turned around and he said, "Do you know something, Mum? Malks," which is my partner's name, "is a better dad than my real dad. I don't have a real dad. I have Malks." And I just thought that says it all. It truly does. Dads don't have to be blood. They can just be wonderful gentlemen that understand and that care. Exactly. Yep, I can see through lies as well. The best thing to do when somebody's to know if somebody is telling a lie, simply say to them, go and look me in the eye and tell me you're not lying. They can't do it. No human on this earth plane can, hand on heart, sit and tell you a lie and look directly into your face, because our souls, our energies won't allow that. I used to, it was actually my ex that was the one that was cheating on me. He was a child abuser, and he was actually going to, behind my back, he was actually going to school gates, high school gates, and picking up underage schoolgirls, taking them to pubs and goodness knows what else. And his story was that he was working. He wasn't working. I found out he was picking up schoolgirls, because one of those schoolgirls actually came to the door asking for him in person, caught. But I used to say to him, look me in the eye and tell me, especially when he abused his own daughter at 13 years old. She was 13. And my daughter went to the authorities and complained about her dad. I didn't know anything about it. He did it when I was working. And I said to my ex now, look me in the eye and tell me you did not put your hands on my daughter. And the first thing he did was, no, I didn't touch our daughter. He could not physically look me in the eye and tell me that he had touched my daughter. He didn't have to tell me anymore. I already knew. So if you're ever wanting to know if somebody is telling you the truth, just simply say to them, look me in the eye. And while you're looking into my eyes, tell me you're telling me the truth. And if they can tell you the truth by looking in your eyes and not turning away, they're being honest with you. But if they're fiddling with their hands, or they're turning to the side, or they're looking up, or they're looking anywhere but in your eyes, they are not being truthful with you. It's humanly impossible to tell a lie while you're looking in somebody's eyes. It really is. And it's usually only starseeds that know that little secret, so I'm passing that on. Oh, no problem. And I am. I've been born with very unusual eyes, and it could be that I'm a starseed, which is why I've got unusual eyes. These are the eyes I was born with, and many people will say, when I was younger, I was bullied because of it. Because when you've got something that nobody else has, when you're a child, you're a target for bullying, because children think it's odd. But when you're older, people think it's you get these what do you call them, contact lenses now that have all different colours and shapes and turn your eyes different colours and shapes. And I remember I was in a cafe once, and one of the waitresses says, "Excuse me, I hope you don't mind me asking, but where did you get the contact lenses? They are so cool and I want a set." And I says, "Pardon?" I says, "I'm not wearing contact lenses." She says, You're not wearing contacts?" I says, "No, these are my own eyes." She was gutted. She says, "I so want eyes like that, because they are, as you've just said, they are drawing you in." And I think that's part of being a starseed. I have so many people that say, "I've never seen you before in my life. I've just come across your lives or your videos, and there's just something about you. A lot of people will say I have a soothing voice that puts them to sleep, helps them to sleep when they can't sleep. A lot of people say when you're talking, I'm just drawn by the eyes. Some people say I'm just drawn by your aura. There's something about you, and I can't put my finger on it. But it's all part of the work that I do, I guess. I guess the universe gave me what they gave me to draw people in and to catch people's attention so that I can share universal wisdom with you all. So thank you. Mystic Eyes, I love that. Thank you for all these beautiful things. Oh, thank you so much, Pixie. Oh, do you know what? Everybody that's watched my Sky and Earth Grounding meditation on YouTube have said the same thing, Pixie. They'll say, I wanted to learn how to ground and to balance my chakras, so I went onto your YouTube channel and I looked up your meditation playlist, and I went to the Sky and Earth Grounding one, and I haven't seen the end of the video yet. They maybe get halfway through it and then they say, the next thing I know it's morning because I fell asleep. Do you know what? And I will say to them, well, if you fell asleep during the meditation, you did something right. Because Pixie came to me not so long ago, wasn't it? And said, I have difficulty sleeping. I haven't been able to sleep at night at all. I'm a night owl. And I toss and turn and I just struggle to sleep. And Pixie went to my website, which is on my TikTok profile, looked up my YouTube link on there, found my YouTube link, found the Sky and Earth Grounding meditation, and she said, I found your meditation, I found your YouTube channel, I'm going to try it tonight. She messaged me the next day and I said, how did you get on with the meditation? And she says, I don't know because I fell asleep halfway through. And I said, well, that tells me it worked then. So, yeah. Oh, thank. There you go. Well, if I'm not good for much else, I'm good for helping people to sleep. Oh my goodness. Oh, bless. But yeah, anyone can go to my YouTube channel. I have 2 new YouTube channels. I have the Lady Moonlight one was my very first YouTube channel. It's been out for, I've been running that one for years. It has a lot of my personal stuff on there. It has some of my favourite music, some of my songs. We have ghost hunting. Me and my partner are both witches, so we sometimes do ghost hunts. We go to haunted hotels, etc., and we like to communicate with spirits all the time. We're always both communicating with spirits. So there's a lot of ghost hunting stuff on there. I do my own guided meditations for people. So all my guided meditations on there, there are meditations to help you to connect with your animal guide. There are meditations on there that will help you to ground and clear your chakras, because if your chakras are blocked and you leave them blocked, it leads to illness within the body. But if you can clear your chakras, it relaxes the mind and body, it cleanses the chakras, and it leaves your energy system, which is your chakras, very clear to be able to communicate better and clearly with spirit. But in Pixie's case, where Pixie's mind was maybe racing and she couldn't sleep, it cleansed her third eye chakra and her crown chakra, which are the two that can stop you from sleeping. Once that was cleared during the meditation, she was able then to get a good night's sleep. Hi, Yasmin. I'm doing fine. How are you? Oh, bless, Pixie. Yeah, there is quite a few on there, and maybe one day you'll get you'll get through them all. But yeah, the most popular one, I think the one that's being watched the most is the sky and earth grounding one, just because that's such a good one for clearing the chakras. It really is. Hi, Crimson. Thank you, Colette, for the rose. And the likes. Thank you, everyone, for the roses and the likes. You are all amazing. So for anyone that's just joined us, the affirmation of the day today, which we've just done, is I am grateful. Be grateful for the things that you have in life, because when you are grateful for the stuff that you do have in life, the universe will give you more of it. But if you complain about what you haven't got in life, the universe won't give you it. So if you're complaining that I get too many bills in, or I've not got enough money, or my luck isn't very good, or I'm going to apply for that job but I'm not going to get it, the universe is going to give you exactly what you've just asked it to do. Oh, she's applied for the job but she doesn't want it, even though you do want it, but you've just told the universe, I've applied for the job but I'm not going to get it. So the universe will give you exactly what you want. She's applied for the job but we're not going to give her it because she says she's not going to get it. But if you reverse that and say, I'm so grateful because I've got a chance of a job. I'm grateful of that chance. I'm grateful that I've got an application form that I can fill in. And then when you get the interview, I'm grateful that I was one of the lucky ones to get an interview. And when you go in for the interview, you say to your employer or your future employer, I'm grateful to you for this opportunity for me to allow myself to tell you a little bit about me and why I would be the best person for this job. So you're keeping things positive. So always show gratitude for the things that you have in life. And there's so much that we can be grateful for. We can be grateful for our life. We can be grateful that we opened our eyes this morning. We can be grateful for, new learning opportunities. We should be forever striving to learn new things as we go through life, because knowledge is wisdom and wisdom can help so many people. Even though I have a lifetime of experience, not just in this lifetime but in other past lifetimes, which is what starseeds and or some call as indigo children are renowned for, that they have universal wisdom that they can pass on to other people. But even though I have that wisdom in this lifetime, I'm still striving to learn about this planet, because my genuine home is universal realms and stuff. So this planet to me is alien. I just know that my work here is to heal the earth, because man is polluting the earth. It's to stop abuse and help to teach kindness and love rather than cruelty and abuse. So be grateful for the things that we do have in life. And the card of the day was the Three of Pentacles. I'll do a mini card of the day for this card on my profile after this, and this video will get shared onto my YouTube channel. The link is on my bio in TikTok. It's my website, and my website has my natural products shop on there and my social media links on there, including my 2 YouTube ones. I have Lady Moonlight YouTube, which is all about my life, my partner, my children, etc., ghost hunting, all of that. And then I have the Mystic Witch, which is about my readings and healing, etc. Oh, thank you, Pixie. That's a great one. That is an absolute great one. So yeah. So now that we've done the card of the day and we've done the affirmation of the day, what I do on my lives every evening when I come on is I pick a deck of cards to do 6 individual readings. I only do 6 a night because I'd be here all night. However, if you're not lucky enough to be one of the 6 tonight, there's always tomorrow night or the night after, or you can go to my TikTok profile, and on there I have a free readings list. It is a very long list, because every time I do a live, people jump on and put their names on that list for a free reading. I am getting through the list day by day, bit by bit. I do 3 readings a night from that list. Apart from yesterday. Yesterday was a no-go because I was off social media because I was out for the day with my partner. But if I'm having a day at home, I will do 3 of those names from my list every single day. So for all our newbies here that have just joined me, what I tend to do, because I am registered blind and I don't see names too great, what I normally do is ask everybody from now on, from here on in, until I pick 6 names, to share your favourite emojis. Could be purple hearts, red hearts, could be happy faces, unicorns, whatever emoji that you want to type in. Keep those emojis rolling up the screen. You don't have to put words, just throw emojis out there. And I will pick 6 names at random from the emojis. And then those 6 names get a reading tonight. And as I said, if you're not lucky enough to get a reading tonight, don't worry. There's always tomorrow night or the night after, because I'm here every night. Or you can put your name on the reading list. Or you can do both. You can put your name on my readings list, and while you're waiting for that long list to go down, you could join me every night. But 6 people will be picked at random tonight. So I'm going to keep those emojis rolling while I pick 6 names. Okay, who have we got? Okay, Katie. I'm just going to put Katie down. So Katie, you're the first name. So keep them going. Okay, Pixie. So we're looking for 4 more names, so keep them going. We've got Katie and Pixie. Katie Gaudio. Marquess. I'm just going to call you Marquess. You'll know who I mean. Marquess with the happy faces. Oh, you're welcome. So we've got 3 names still to go. So we've got Katie, we've got Pixie, and we've got Marquess. So come on, everyone, keep them rolling. Okay, thank you, Christina. I'll put that next to your name. I'm going to call you Christina. Thank you. So we've got Katie, Pixie, and Christina. So keep them going. Okay, we've got Carol. Carol Turner, 37. One, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 more. Keep those emojis going. Thank you, Carol. So keep them going. So we need all these emojis. If you want to be the last two names, keep those emojis rolling up the screen, because we're looking, apart from Katie, Pixie, Christine, and Carol, because they've already been picked, but we need two more names to add to tonight's readings. So keep those emojis rolling. Okay, Colette. Well done, Colette. And we have Debbie. Woohoo! Okay, so we have Katie, Pixie, Christina, we have Carol, Colette, and Debbie. We have our 6 names tonight. For those that haven't been lucky enough to be picked out of the 6, do put your name down on the readings list. If your name's already on the readings list, don't worry, I will get round to doing your name as soon as, or your reading as soon as I can possibly do that. My days are honestly hectic, and I do aim to get 3 readings from my list done every evening, but I have about a page now, a full page of names still yet to do. I've done quite a lot of readings over the last couple of days, but I'm getting through them all. Yay, Diane Smith has just became the top viewer. Thank you, Diane, for the rose. Hello, Olivia. Okay, so I'm going to start with the top one on our 6 lucky winners today, which is our Katie. So, Katie, I'm going to shuffle the moon cards for you because for whatever reason, Spirit have asked me to use moon cards for you all. So I guess the universe has got some wonderful, magical messages for you all this evening. So again, apologies for anyone that didn't make the 6 readings tonight, but I will be back tomorrow night and picking another 6 names. So do join me then. I love the moon as well, Katie. Thank you for the TikToks, Diane. Hi, Haley. Thank you for the likes. Okay, I love moons. Can you tell? I just got my nails done today, and she says, "What design do you want?" I says, "It has to be stars and moons." So I have like little stars and crescent moons everywhere. Yeah. They don't call me Lady Moonlight without having moons, right? I absolutely love the crescent moon. I love the moon as well, Katie. It's just, especially, we've just passed a full moon as well, and the energy was absolutely amazing on the full moon. I absolutely adored it. Got all my crystals charged, and I was supercharged. Let me tell you, I never sleep on a full moon. Nope. This witch is always up and about on a full moon. The energy is just too... does anybody else not sleep on a full moon, or is it just me? Whenever there's a new moon or a full moon, I just don't sleep. I usually sleep when the moon sets. Oh, I love my moon water. Do you know what? Moon water... A lot of people will say, "Oh, it's just normal water that you put out in the moon. It has no value or whatever." But let me tell you, try this on the next full moon. Anyone that hasn't tried moon water, try this on the next full moon. Take a bottle of water. In fact, take 2 bottles of water. Put one bottle out on the full moon, and the other bottle just keep in the fridge. Then after the full moon, take a glass of moon water and then drink a glass of ordinary water. You'll know why people make moon water, let me tell you. It is the best tasting water ever when you make moon water. Isn't it great? I absolutely love moon water. Some people say, oh, you can't tell the difference. Yeah, you can. You so can tell the difference between moon water and ordinary water. Simply, put one bottle out in the moon and the other keep in the fridge. And then once the moon sets, bring your water in, pour a glass of moon water and a glass of ordinary water. Honestly, you'll know which one's moon water. You'll be bouncing off the walls. It gives you so much energy. It's the best energy drink. And it clears your chakras as well. And clear chakras means good health. So, yeah. I use it in cleansing as well. I love cleansing my altar with it. I put moon water in my goblet or my what do you call it? I'm lost for words now. My little I have a little silver trinket goblet that I have on my altar, and every full moon when I'm doing my full moon spells or rituals, I put moon water in there. So I'm always stocking up on my moon water. Exactly, Debbie. Yep. Don't give me the diet, give me the full charge stuff. Love it. Love it. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, Katie. You have got the full moon in Aquarius. And the moon in Aquarius is saying, it's time for you to show the world, it's time to show the world the real you. You have been hiding your light behind a bushel, right? And I get that. When you are spiritual, or especially as witches, many years ago we had to keep the fact that we were witches hidden, because if you told anyone you were a witch, you were either burned at the stake, you were hung, or you were drowned. So many witches went into hiding and didn't say what they did, obviously, for obvious reasons. Thankfully, nowadays they do not burn, drown, or hang witches. However, that's not to say the witches aren't still demonized. I had somebody come on my live the other night. They ended up getting blocked, and it was like, oh, you're a witch, go and burn in hell, or get drowned or whatever. But thankfully they don't do that to witches now. And I don't tolerate people like that. I just simply block them, cancel, clear their negativity. And I pray that one day their eyes will be open and they'll maybe just have a little bit more understanding for people. But you can understand then why spiritual people are very reluctant to come out into the open and say what they do. Because it could be through fear of being bullied, or fear of being judged for what they do. And I feel that to some degree, Katie, there's a lot of what you do, you keep hidden for probably the same or similar reasons. Exactly, Pixie. You're right, Katie. They'll turn around and say that we are, pagans are devil worshippers, or whatever, and we're not. You talk about Easter. Where did Easter first come from? Easter came from Ostara. Ostara is a pagan Sabbath, or we call it a witch's Sabbath. And Christianity brought in the rabbit. Our Ostara is the hare. Big difference. Hares have longer ears and are slightly bigger than a bunny. So, if you look back in history, Christianity stole paganism. They took our Samhain and turned it into Halloween. And things like that. A lot of our Sabbaths, they took our Yule and made it Christmas. So, paganism has been around a lot longer than Christianity has ever been. But as witches and pagans, we try and coexist. We respect everybody's beliefs, everybody's different beliefs, because we are free-willed. We have, both my parents were Church of Scotland. They were Protestant. So I was brought up in a Christian loving family. But yet my soul was pagan, and the church wasn't for me. My church is the woods, the outdoors, being in nature. That's my church. I don't need 4 walls and a steeple and a chapel bell to be able to do my prayers. I can say my prayers anywhere, often in the woods, or if I'm out in the garden, I will give thanks and praise in my garden. That's my church. The earth is my church. I don't need 4 walls. And when Christians often say, like my ex was Roman Catholic, and he used to say, you're going to have to repent for your evil sins as a witch. You're going to have to go to confession and confess to the priest that you are doing wrong. Never went to confession yet. I didn't intend to, because a priest is only a human being. Why should I have to explain myself to somebody that doesn't understand my path? I understand his path completely. It's not my path, but I respect it. There was one day I took a friend to a Catholic church with me and my ex, because as a family we went to church together. It wasn't for me, but I supported my ex. And we took my friend who was Protestant. And we were coming out and we were shaking the priest's hand. And the priest turned around to my friend and says, I haven't seen you here before. Which chapel do you belong to? And she says, oh, I'm Protestant, I'm the Church of Scotland. And he says, oh, so you're a nobody then. I never stepped foot in his church again. And I thought, what an awful thing for a priest, a so-called man of God, to turn round to a non-Catholic who had respect to come and sit and listen to a sermon, even though, it was the same God, believed in the same God, didn't believe in the confession and all that side of it, but she still believed in God, only to turn round and call her a nobody because she didn't believe in his particular path. And I never ever went back. And I was so glad when I left my ex and I was able to fully embrace my pagan path. Thank you so much for the roses. You are all amazing. So, Katie, whatever it is you are hiding, time to embrace it. Stand proud with your beliefs. because your beliefs is your path. Your path is a part of who you are. It's your destiny. It's who you were born to be. And you know what? The people that judge you for doing what you feel is right in your heart, they weren't meant to be Katie fans anyway. Let them go. Wish them well with their own lives. They can go and find their own tribe. Katie will find her tribe just by being Katie. I find my tribe just by being me. You know, my ex's family tried to get me shut off Facebook when I used to do my readings on Facebook by reporting every single one of my videos on Facebook and every single photo that I put up. And my very first Facebook account actually got banned by Facebook because of so many false reports by that family. Did it stop me? No. I simply made up a new account with a new email. And then when I made up the new account with a new email, the first thing I did was look up my ex's family, and I blocked all of them so that they couldn't even find me on Facebook. I fought back. And they tried to do the same on my Instagram. And one of my accounts they tried to copy one of my accounts. I found the account, reported it. Their fake account got banned, and I carry on. And I will always carry on, and I will always speak my truth, and I will always do what I was called to do, and that's to help others with my readings and share my wisdom. And this card is saying to you, Katie, do the same. Be true and honest to yourself and show the beautiful colours that you have, because the world ultimately needs beautiful colours like yours. And there you go, you're at the start of your spiritual journey. And that's exactly what this card is saying. You found your awakening. When we find our start of our spiritual journey, we call it our awakening. We wake up. So much of the world is sleeping right now. Not literally sleeping, but spiritually sleeping, because they're too brainwashed by social media. They're too brainwashed by politicians, the law, all of that thing. You know, man-made rules, regulations. You know, governments. Let's just take the C word, right? We've just come out of COVID here in the UK. What was the first thing that happened during that? Governments told us we had to be vaccinated. Governments told us we had to wear masks. Governments told us that we couldn't go on holiday if we did not get vaccinated. Governments told us we wouldn't be able to go to concerts if we didn't get vaccinated, if we didn't put chemicals into our bloodstream. Now, not being funny, but if somebody was to come to you tomorrow and say, you want to go to a concert or you want to go on holiday, here's a syringe with rat poison, go and stick it in your veins. It's a good vaccine. Would you do it? No, hell no, we wouldn't. But we've been programmed to trust those in power, politicians. You just need to look at Boris Johnson having parties throughout the midst of the COVID, while others were told to stay indoors. Says a lot, doesn't it? You know, and then when we come out of COVID, we don't, you know, people stop wearing masks or whatever. And the government will lie to us and tell us that the vaccine will stop you from getting COVID. But what they didn't tell you was you're actually injecting COVID into your bloodstream. So you're going to get COVID at some point. It's like the flu vaccine. They'll give you a flu vaccine which has flu in it. And my way of thinking is, why the hell would I put flu or COVID in my bloodstream? No way. I will take natural herbs and which has vitamins, minerals, vitamin C especially, and build my immune system up. That's my vaccine. And throughout the whole pandemic, I have been around people with COVID, and I'm still standing. I haven't developed COVID. My partner hasn't developed COVID. Because I follow my own intuition, not man-made rules or laws or regulations. And you know what? I couldn't care less if I can't go on holiday. I'm still not putting any vaccines in my bloodstream. I'm quite happy at home. I've got a large forest here. I can walk the forest day and night if I wanted to. That's my peace. That's my tranquility. But, you know, this is how we are so being programmed in this world that we're living in. And that's why you'll see more and more people being drawn to, I guess, spiritual souls like myself, star seeds, if you like, indigos. Because one of our aims on this earth is to try and wake people up, to let them see this isn't the way. The way is by using natural herbs and remedies, plants. We have the earth has plants to heal us. Mother Earth is the healer. Dandelions can heal us. Sage can heal us. Green tea plant can heal us. And yet we turn and choose chemicals. Crazy, isn't it? So, you know, I'm so glad that Katie has just started out on her spiritual journey, because it means she's starting to show her true colours. She's doing what is so important to her and what is meaningful to her. Oh wow, that's awful. Colette, I'm always here for guidance for anyone. My DM box is always forever open for guidance and stuff. The only DMs I ignore is the ones that ask for sugar babies. You know, those ones, I'm a sugar daddy, I'm looking for a sugar baby. No, thank you. But anyone can drop me a DM or a message and say, I'm struggling with this, can you give me guidance? I guide a lot of people in DMs. If I don't get back to you straight away, I'm usually either doing readings or healing, but I always get back to people in DMs. Especially if I don't have time on my lives to give you guidance. I'm always there for anyone that wants guidance. Do you know what? We can all give ourselves assurance of a good day full of joy, wealth and happiness. We just need to ask the universe for it. You just wake up in the morning and you say, universe, Today I am blessed because today I manifest wealth, joy, happiness. This is what I want in life. Wealth, joy, happiness, abundance. And that's exactly what we get. But if we wake up and we tell ourselves we are unlucky, or this is going to be a bad day, the universe is going to make sure it's a bad day, because that's exactly what you've just put out there. You know, I don't normally tell people you're going to be blessed with abundance, joy, or happiness. But what I will advise people is to go out there and grab it. If you want abundance, you want joy, you want happiness, just ask for it. If you don't ask the universe for something, it's not going to give you it. You know, a lot of people will say to me, how can I be happy every day of my life? How can I be, even when I've gone through, over 50 years of bullying and abuse, how am I still standing strong? How am I still smiling? Because it made me a stronger person. And because I can use my experience to help others. That's a blessing. And now that I'm out of abuse and I'm in a better place, I can bring healing to the world, healing and love and respect to others. It's the biggest positive thing on this planet. So I bring in my own positivity. But you have, every one of us, absolutely every one of us on this planet has the power to be able to call in abundance. We have the power to be able to call in wealth, joy, happiness, peace. It's all within us. We are all universal energy beings. Take away this human shell that we live in. We are all part of the universe. We are universal energy. And universal energy is not just worldwide, it is universe-wide. And we can tap into that energy at any time and ask the universal energy to give us what we need every day. The power is within me. It's within you. If you want abundance and joy, go get it, grab it. The universe is more than happy to give it. You just need to ask. Many people don't. So, a little bit of wisdom shared with you all. But yeah, nobody should ever say drop dead or whatever. That's terrible. Hello, is it Mego? I'm so glad you were pulled here. Yes, everyone is well, and welcome to the chat. Yes, I do spiritual readings as well. A lot of people will DM me and say, can I book a spiritual reading? I do 1 hour, so I say 1 hour plus readings. And I do them on Messenger. So some people like Messenger call, where they can get a one-to-one call because they don't like being seen on video. And some have a video call where it's just like me sitting in a room with you and doing a reading. Those readings are booked. You have to book those readings via DM with me because they do take an hour and they are paid readings. But my free readings are just little mini card readings that I do, both on here for 6 people a night, and also I have an extended reading list, which is a huge waiting list now because I only started the reading list about a week ago. And let me just show you my little ever-growing readings list. The names that are crossed out on this list are the ones I have already went through. The names underneath it are the ones that I'm still yet to read, and I've started a second column. And probably by the end of this live, there'll be even more names added to that. But everyone on this list has been. I usually put a comment on the post that's on my profile and saying you're on my readings list. If I commented and you're on my readings list, guaranteed you're on my readings list. And you can be on my readings list even if you've been chosen out of my 6 nightly readings. You just simply go to my profile here on TikTok. On the first pinned post, it's my free readings list. Just simply comment, card please, and I will comment back that you have been added to my list. And then as soon as I get through that list and down to your name, I do your reading on my profile and I tag your name on it so that you can jump onto my profile and look for your name on that video, and that's your individual reading. For full readings, so I do charge for my full readings, and they are an hour plus. Just for anyone that does. So sometimes that's why I dedicate 3 readings a night from my free readings list to do, because the rest of the time I'm either sending Reiki healing or doing Reiki healing therapy for people, or I'm doing book readings. But yes, I do book readings as well. If what you do is if you message me, you must have Facebook Messenger, because that's where I do my readings. I don't do WhatsApp or anything like that, just because my abusive ex's family are all on WhatsApp and stuff. So I only do my book readings via Messenger. But you can DM me here or on Messenger and ask for a reading. I will let you know my availability. My full readings are £25 for an hour plus. I also do photo readings where you can send me a photo. Your eyes must be visible because I read photos through the eyes. So if you're sending a photo, it must be a clear single profile photo of yourself. Your eyes must be visible in the photo. So if you wear glasses and you've got the glare on the glasses, I can't read the photo, because it's not your face that I read, it's the eyes. The eyes are the mirrors to the soul, so I'm able to read the eyes. Those ones are £15. And what you do for those ones is you would say, could I have a photo reading? Message me your photo and payment, and I will write out or type out your reading and send you your reading via Messenger. So you'll get a typed out reading once I've studied your photo. Failing that, my other one-to-one readings are £25 for the hour plus, and you just book that through Messenger or through DM, and I do PayPal. Usually PayPal's the easiest one for most people, but I can let you know my PayPal, etc. Once you've booked your reading, or at the time that you're booking the reading. So I hope that helps. My Facebook link is on the DM, on my DM, on my profile here on TikTok. There's a clickable link. That's my website, and it has my Facebook links on there. My group on there is the Spiritual World of the Mystic Witch. That's my Facebook one. If you join that group and you just leave me a message, or you can just DM me here. I normally just go via my groups. I hardly use my personal profile on there because I'm not searchable. Because I went through a lot of abuse, people can't find me on Facebook, or they can't find my personal profile on Facebook because of I've hidden my real name just to stop my abusers from attacking me on Facebook. But my Facebook group link is on my website, which is on my profile here on TikTok. If you go to my profile where it's got spiritual reader, witch, etc., there's a little clickable link. That's my website. Thank you so much. I've never been able to work bank transfers for some reason. I guess it's just for me personally, it's too complicated. So I hope, thank you so much for everyone for the cookies and the hearts, and love cookies. You're making me hungry. I'm seeing all these little cookies coming up and I'm like, oh, I could really go with a cookie right now. But thank you, everyone. Oh, no problem. But yeah, a lot of, some people like the little mini readings that I do on here. Some people like just waiting on my waiting list for a little mini reading. But a few people also like to book readings. So it's whatever, I have a lot of people will say I can't afford a full reading. And I always say, well, that's why I do the little mini readings, so that everybody can get some kind of reading rather than no reading. That's the way. And I like to give back to the community, people send me gifts on here and roses and likes and shares, etc. So this is why I do my free readings every night for you folks, because I believe that if people are giving their time up for you, and I like to give something back. So thank you so much, Katie, and I'm so delighted that you are beginning your spiritual journey. If you're needing any help or advice, please get in touch with me. It's one of the things that I do, is help people on their spiritual path. So I love that you have just started out on your journey. The more into your spiritual journey that you go, the more you will love it, and the more awake we all become. Oh, thank you, 21 Wilma. Thank you so much. I am who I am. I just do what I do because this is what I was born to do. I don't know any other way. And that, I'm not in it for, a lot of readers are in it just for monetary gain. I'm not a tarot reader, I'm a spiritual reader. There is a difference. Tarot readers or oracle readers, with every deck of cards that you get little rule books that tell you this card means that or this card means that. I threw out rules. I don't follow man-made rules. I'm a starseed, I'm an indigo. I follow universal rules. And I use my own intuition, and I use universal guides and knowledge to read the cards. The image on the cards, a tarot reader will tell you that this means one thing. I will tell you that this card means another, because I don't go with the rules of the cards. But what I do go is with the guidance and the imagery on this. That's the difference. I've been guided by spirit all my life. I don't know any other way. So what you see with me is what you get. which is why I do a lot of free readings on here. But many people love the free readings, and then they go on at a later date to book full readings. It's whatever works with everybody. Some people are just quite happy to get little mini readings. And you can ask for as many free mini readings as you like on the reading list. I remember one lady, I can't remember who it was because there's so many names on my readings list, and she put her name down on the readings list, and I got to her name eventually on the list, and I did her free reading. And then every so often I take the old list down and I put a new one up. And she asked again, no, she put a comment on it, sorry. She didn't ask for a reading, she just put a comment on the new readings list. And I wrote back, thank you, you were on my readings list. And she messaged me and she said, but you've already done a reading for me. And I said, yeah, but you had the kindness to come on my new readings list and comment. So you're getting another reading. If you put a comment on my readings list, even though you've just had one maybe last week or whatever, you get another one. That's just who I am. If somebody takes time out of their busy day to leave you a comment or to leave you a like, surely it's the right thing to give something back, to comment back. And that's kind of what I do. And that's who I am. I guess that's why a lot of people are drawn to me. But I'm no one special. I'm just a starseed, indigo child, or universal being, whatever you want to call me. Traditional witch that comes in here and does what I can to help other people. It's just what I was born to do. Thank you so much for the roses. These gifts are beautiful. Thank you so much. Roses are my favourite flower. Thank you. Hello, Coffee Queen. So we've got another 5 names to read before we end this live. It's always the same. I come on here and I pick 6 names each night to do a reading for, and we end up chatting because there's so many wonderful people on here. So we've just finished Katie's. So we're now on Pixie. Our beautiful, beautiful Pixie. So I'm going to shuffle the cards. Pixie, a silly question, but are you still here with us, Pixie? Hello, Mary Magnino. Hi, Coffee Queen, or Lynn. I've already got my 6 for the night. I only pick 6 live. However, go to my profile, honey. I've got a readings list on there, and ask for a free reading, and I will put you on my readings list. And as soon as I get down to your name on the list, I do a reading on my profile and tag you in it. It is a long waiting list. I am here every single evening, and each evening I come on live and I do 6. I pick 6 names. We have our 6 names for tonight, but I will be picking another 6 names for tomorrow, at tomorrow's evening's one. So every evening that I come on, I do a card of the day, I do an affirmation of the day, and then I will pick 6 names. So you'll find me here most evenings at 9 p.m. UK time, or from 9 p.m. UK time onwards. I find that's the best time for most people because TikTok is worldwide, isn't it? And a lot of people from USA and Australia have different time zones from me in Scotland, UK. So, but yeah, anyone is more than welcome to go along to my profile and ask for a reading. every night when I finish my live, I go to my readings list and keep adding names to my list. So the list is a huge list now. It started off with just a few names, but the more people that are getting to know my videos and my work, the more names are getting added to the list. So thank you to everyone who is already on my readings list for your patience. I will get to your name eventually. I do 3 of those names every evening after my lives. And then I do the 6 every evening on my lives. Oh, thank you, Pixie. No problem. Okay. So, Pixie, New Moon in Aries is the card for you. And girl, it's time to take action. And I know that you've got a lot of ideas, you've got a lot of new things in the on the fire, smouldering away and cooking away, and you've got lots of plans for the future. And this is the card that's saying, keep going, it's time to take action, because good things are coming your way. All of the things that you want in life are just very close. You just need to reach out and grab them. You need inner belief in yourself. You need to believe 1000% in Pixie, because Pixie is amazing. Right? There's nothing that Pixie can't do if Pixie puts her name and her mind to it. Because the universe is giving you lots of wonderful ideas right now. You might get little ideas to start new crafts or to start new projects. And you might think, well, where are these coming from? And I'm not, part of you might be thinking, I'm not good enough to do that. Yes, you are. You're more than good enough, and you're more than worthy of doing it and being successful. And this card confirms it, because it's saying it's time to take action. It's time to get those thoughts out of here and take action and go for it. The world, my dear girl, is your oyster. You just need to go and grab your pearl. Hello, Victoria. And there you go. There's your confirmation. You're getting lots of new ideas for your book, right? So those ideas are already flowing. So this card is saying, okay, the ideas are flowing in here. So jot them down so that you don't miss these ideas out in your book. Because when you write them down as they come, that's when your book is going to be a bestseller. That's when your book is going to go from strength to strength and success to success. Because what you do is you put your heart and soul into everything that you do. And your heart and soul is going to be in this book. This book is going to be all your life. It's going to be your experiences. It's going to be part of Pixie. And Pixie's already a beautiful soul. Now's the time to show your beautiful colours and take action. Write those ideas down when you get them. What you'll find is when you're putting these ideas to paper, no sooner have you got them down on paper than more start flooding in. And that's more add-ons to your book. So never disregard any thoughts or any ideas that come into your mind. Those ideas are placed there by spirit guides. They're placed there by Ollie as well. Ollie is having his little say from time to time and flooding ideas because he wants you to succeed. He knows you're capable of success and he's rooting for you every single day. And he's saying, come on, girl, you've got this in you to do it. Well, now is the time to start. Exactly, Debbie. Do I do gender predictions? Um, I I do the gender predictions as far as new birth coming into the world, the old-fashioned traditional way, usually with a dowser. Um, and of course, anyone can DM me and say, I'm expecting a child. My name and give your name, and I can do a prediction for you. Just DM me, and I will more than happy consult my dowser. I trust my dowser 1000%. It's worked with me in the past, so. Victoria, whatever it is that's going on in your life, honey, if things aren't working for you right now, take action yourself. This is the thing that many people don't realize when we're saying, my life's a mess, my life's terrible just now, and everything's going wrong, right? The reason that it's going wrong is because we put that back into the universe. We'll say, for example, a lot of people will say to me, will my life get better? Because it's been crap up till now, right? Turn that around. Remember, the universe is always, always listening to every thought and every word that we say. And it will give us exactly what we say. So if we're saying, I've had a really bad past, everything is going wrong in my life, when will things get better for me? The first thing that the universe hears out of that whole out of all of that sentence is, my whole life is going wrong. So the universe makes your whole life wrong because that's what it hears. So what we need to do is we need to tell the universe what we want, right? So instead of saying my past has been really, really bad, or things are going crap for me right now, everything that could go wrong is going wrong, don't miss that whole sentence out completely. And what you're needing to do then is basically saying, do you know what? Tomorrow's going to be a great day. Tomorrow everything is going to work out just as it should be. Because I know I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. I know I'm going to have abundance. I know I'm going to have a peaceful day with no arguments, no negativity. And if negativity comes into my day, I'm going to ignore it and stick to the positives. We all have that power to bring change into our life. We just need to put our intentions out there, and when we do that, good days happen. I've read parts of, I've always meant to get the actual book, The Secret, because I'm curious to see what the actual book is. I hardly read books unless I'm kind of drawn to a specific book, mainly because a lot of my learning comes from spirit, from ancestors and stuff. I've always learned from spirit, from my ancestors. Things have been passed down from ancestor to ancestor to ancestor. And normally when I read a book, it kind of draws me. Or I'll see something on the television that draws me, or it's the same with my cards. When I'm picking cards, I don't pick the cards pick me. It's the same with my books. But I have heard a lot of things about The Secret. And I think a lot of the things that are in The Secret, from what I've heard from other people who have read the book and have seen articles on it, etc., it's pretty much darn close to what I've been taught by Spirit, if that makes sense. Oh, I'll have to look for the YouTube video. Debbie, if you can find the link for that for me, that would be interesting. I'm always interested in videos and stuff. I've actually just ordered a new deck of cards that drew me as well. I think they're called Mindfulness. Have no idea why they draw me. I don't ask too much about the universe as to why things draw me, but if a certain deck of cards somehow in my busy day draw me. My readings, Victoria, I do on Messenger, and I have two types of readings that I do for my booked readings anyway. I have an hour plus Messenger call reading. You can do either messenger call or video messenger. They are £25 per reading, or I do photo readings where you can send me a profile photo and then I study your photo, and then I give you a written reading via messenger. I write out your reading and I send you that reading via messenger. So that's the two types of readings that I currently do at the minute. And to book, you just basically send me a DM either on here, or you can go to my Facebook link. I have a group on Facebook, and a lot of people go on my group and say, can I have a reading? And then I will message them on Messenger and arrange a time and a date that suits you for a reading. Or if it's a photo reading, I will let you know when I can fit in your photo reading, if that helps. Failing that, I pick 6 names every night on my lives, and I also do 3 mini readings every night from my readings list on my profile. It is a long waiting list for that one, though. I will warn you, because the more people that find my videos, the more that want free readings. So, but that's my readings. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you, Gumo, for the daisy. I love daisies. But yeah, please do send me the link. I'll be interested in seeing that in my spare time, because I've heard so much about The Secret, and the little bits and bobs that I do hear about The Secret are very, very much close to what I do. So yeah, you have stirred up my curiosity for The Secret. So yeah, the more I hear about it, the more I'm thinking, yeah, I need to get the book. I definitely need to get the book. So yeah, Pixie, going back to your card, the time's right. Get those ideas going. Ollie's rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. And I want to be the first one to get a signed copy of your book when it gets published. Just saying. You just did, Pixie. He's saying you just did. I don't need to tell him because he heard. He says it's great being in spirit because you can be in 2 places at one time. He can pass on messages to you from me because we're both on this live, but he hears you at the same time as well, so he's just answered you. I don't do bank transfers. It's usually PayPal because bank transfers confuse the hell out of me. PayPal's a lot easier for me because I have because I've got because I'm registered blind and stuff. I find it difficult to do all the bank transfers, whereas my PayPal's pretty magnified. I can see what I'm doing with my PayPal. So sadly, I don't do the bank transfers, but I do PayPal. But I normally don't ask you for the money for the readings or anything until just before the reading, before your reading is booked, if that makes sense. So there's no rush for that. Okie doke. So now that we've done Pixie, who else have we got on the 6th? So we have got Christina now, our Marquis, or Marquise. And then we've got Carol, Colette and Debbie. And then we'll have all the readings done. So let's shuffle the cards for Christina. Christina, are you still with us, honey? Yeah, and that's it. It's all about manifest. Every one of us. And this is the thing. We're so caught up in governments telling us what to do, how to think, what we should be consuming, what we should be eating, what we should, you know. We have the power. And we have our own free will. We were born with free will for a reason. We all have our natural guidance system, which is our intuition, which is your gut feeling. How many of us have went against our gut and everything's turned to crap, right? But if we go with our gut feeling, everything turns out right. Why is that? It's because every human being, every living animal, every living creature on this earth has that guidance system. It's called intuition. It's our safety warning. It's our warning system. Alarm, if you like. Right? If you watch a deer in the wild, the deer's not daft. It's seen so many of other deers getting shot by hunters. So it learns it has to be aware when it's out in the open where a possible hunter could target it. So what the deer tends to do, when it's hidden in the trees, it feels safe. When it stands out in the open, it will prick its ears up. And ears are like radars. They listen for broken twigs, slight sound, movement. Their eyes are watching, their ears are listening and perked, and they're going with their gut. And if their gut instinct says run like the hell, you better believe they will run before the shot is fired. It's only if they lose concentration on their intuition that sadly some fall prey to the hunter. But that guidance system, that warning system is in every living human being, every living animal. And we just need to tune into that. But we are also all universal souls. Take away our human form and we are all energy. We are all sources of energy. And that's why indigo and starseeds such as myself, that's our mission, is to wake everyone up on the earth that is sleeping, spiritually sleeping, not physically sleeping. And let them know they do have a choice. They do have the power to manifest what they need in this world. They just need to believe in that and come away from man-made rules and guidance, and follow your own guidance. If it feels right, go with it. If it feels so wrong, don't go with it. And always lead with positive, never negative. The more negative thoughts, words, and actions that you can cut out of your life, the more you will raise your vibration. Worry, anger, doubt, all of that is lower vibrations. And if you are working at a lower vibration, you are asleep. You are spiritually asleep. Lack of belief, lack of self-esteem. All of this is lower vibrations. As you go up the vibrational scale, you will then go to self-esteem, self-love, manifestation, universal love. That's your highest. Love is the highest port of energy. And when you work from a place of love and light, you rise above all of the other negative energies. And then you have the power and the belief to manifest whatever you want in this universe. Hello, Anne-Marie. Hi, Anne-Marie. To get a reading, no problem. There's several ways you can get a reading. If it's a paid booked reading, which is an hour plus, you can DM me here on TikTok, or you can click on my website link on TikTok and go to my Facebook group, and then ask for a reading on there. My paid readings are done through Messenger and via PayPal. You can come on my lives every evening. I pick 6 names. I've got the 6 names for tonight's reading. And if you're picked out on my live, I will do a 1-card reading for you here. Failing that, you can also go to my profile here on TikTok. I have a readings list on there. There's a long waiting list for that. But if you put down cards, please, I'll put your name on that list. And I do 3 readings a night from that list. And when I get down to your name on the list, I will do a reading for you on my profile, and your name gets tagged in it so that you can come to the profile and actually see your video reading. So that's the different ways that you can get a reading. So I would love to, my followers are growing and growing every single day. More and more people seem to find my videos here on, when I was on Facebook, my reading day was a lot quieter. Now that I'm on TikTok, my readings list my pre-readings lists are getting longer and longer, because every time I come on and do a live, I get more followers and more people jumping on my profile to be added to that list. You'll see all my previous readings that I've done on my profile, so you'll get the gist of how to go about the little pre-readings. As long as you get a comment from me saying thank you for asking for a reading, your name is on my readings list, you can guarantee it's on my readings list, and I will read for you as soon as possible. You can be on my readings list, and you can still come on my lives every evening, and you may be lucky enough to be one of my 6 readings that I do every evening. Every evening I'll come on live, roughly just after 9 p.m. UK time. And I'll do a general card of the day for everyone, and an affirmation of the day. And then I will pick 6 names to receive a reading while I'm on my live. We have got the 6 names for tonight's live, but I will be picking another 6 tomorrow. So I hope that helps. Okay. So Kind of got sidetracked there. Christina, we are on, aren't we? Yeah, we're doing Christina. So no problem. I hope that answers your question, Anne-Marie. Yay, Christina's here. So let's split these cards for you, my dear, and see what the universe, or I call her Grandmother Moon, has got to say for you. Okay. Christina, whatever it is that you're doing in life, honey bunch, keep doing it, because your hard work is paying off, and it is a new moon in Capricorn. So whatever it is that you're working on right now, we're all working on something, aren't we? We're either working on new plans, new holidays, working on new jobs, career, whatever. Whatever it is you're working on, part of you is probably saying, I'm doing all this for nothing. Nobody appreciates the work that I do. Nobody appreciates what I do in life. And I should really give it up. This card is saying don't ever give it up, because there is always somebody that is appreciative of your work, even though, and your efforts, even though you don't see it, or even though they don't say it. I guess it's a bit like myself. When I first went on TikTok, I thought, I can't do my readings on here, because I did so many readings on, I used to do lives on Facebook. And my followers on Facebook amounted to less than 200. And out of that 200, you'd be lucky if I got maybe, if I got one person a week, or 2 people a week to ask for a mini reading or whatever. But I kept going in the hope that more people would see my videos. I didn't give up. I always kept going. Then I realized it wasn't me. It was the Facebook algorithm was going down the toilet, basically, because the owner of Facebook was getting greedy. And unless you paid the owner for advertising your group or your business, it wasn't going to put your videos out. So basically, I was most of the time reaching very few people. And then one of my friends said, you need to take your talents, you need to take your gifts onto TikTok. And I thought, well, I'll try it. I've already done Instagram. Again, Instagram, I think I had the most followers I had was 200. Then I came onto TikTok. And boy, oh boy, 4 or 5 weeks in to doing TikTok lives, I have met so many new wonderful people. I have upped my followers every day. My followers keep growing every day. And I'm meeting new wonderful people every day. So I guess the moral of the story is TikTok is in need of my services more than Facebook and Instagram. So I guess my new home is on TikTok. But your card, Christina, is saying you need to keep doing what you're doing, because one, you're darn good at it. You might not think you are, but this card is saying, yes, you are. There you go. See, your partner and son don't appreciate it. But what this card is saying is, they may not show their appreciation. They may not say that they appreciate you. Right? But deep down, they're not daft. They know that if Christina walked out that door tomorrow, they would be absolutely screwed. Right? They would be lost. Of course they appreciate you. They just don't show it, or they don't say it. But there will be a day when they actually do realize more than what they do right now that you are irreplaceable, that there is only one you, and without you they would be basically lost. And that day will come, especially for your son as he gets older and goes into the big world on his own, etc., and does his own things. He'll realize just how precious a mom he has. That's when they actually come out and say, yeah, do you know what? We took you for granted. Not so much now. And this is what the universe is saying, your hard work is paying off. Just because they don't say the things that they should be saying or do the things that they should be doing to appreciate the work that you do, doesn't mean to say that deep down they do. They just haven't got the words or the know-how to say them. But there will become events will come into their lives where it's like somebody turns on that light bulb moment. They have that light bulb moment and say, do you know what? When was the last time I thanked my wife? When was the last time, or my partner, when was the last time I thanked my mom? And that's when your work will be appreciated by them verbally, etc. So never stop doing what you do because you're darn good at it. And you're appreciated more than what you know, is the message of this card. They will, honestly. Do you know, when my son was under the influence of his dad, before I freed him from his dad's abuse, respect was not in his vocabulary. His dad would work my son up to the point where my son would lash out at me. And I was a devil incarnate as far as my son goes because his dad said so. Until one day his dad lifted his hands to my son and my son asked me to get him out. And I got him away from his dad. Now the tables have reversed and he realizes that his best friend all along was his mum. And he just didn't see it at the time. Again, sometimes it takes events in their lives to actually make them see it. And they do. They will see it eventually. Just keep being you because you is wonderful. Deep down they know it. But sometimes it will take a knock on the bonnet sometimes before they actually realise that. You're more than welcome. I'm always happy to help my friends on here. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing. And you know what? I appreciate you. Pixie appreciates you. Everyone here appreciates you. You know, being a mum and running a house and doing everything, it often does, doesn't it, feel like a thankless task. It's like I'm doing all of this and I don't get very much thanks or praise or recognition for it. But then when events do come into play and they do recognise you for it, it's like, wow. You know, for many years, I never got one birthday or a Christmas present from my son when I was living with my ex. And it was because my son would turn around and says, Dad says you don't need a present from me because I'm your best present. Bearing in mind my son is autistic. So of course he takes things literally. And I said, well, you know what? You are a blessing in my life and you are the best present. I didn't argue with him. I couldn't argue with him when he was being influenced and controlled by his dad just as pretty much as I was at that time. And then when I left my ex and eventually freed my son from his dad, he came to visit me one day, and it was Mother's Day. Again, I was never appreciated at Mother's Day either. And his staff member brought him to the house and dropped him off, and then I took him home at night. And he came in and he said, Mum, I've got something for you. Now he knew I always loved candles. I'm a witch. I've always got candles burning. I have my little candle burning here as we speak. And he brought me a beautiful, and he knows I like birds, and he pulled out of his bag a beautiful glass owl candle holder and said, Mum, happy Mother's Day. Let me tell you, I think I had more than one lump in my throat that day, and I couldn't have been prouder of him. It was just one of those moments that in all of his 30, he's now 35, but in, I think he was about 31 then, but in that 31 years, that was the first time he actually gave me a gift, and that's because he had banned his dad from seeing him. So events do happen in our lives that we think they're not appreciating us, but deep down they are. They just need the right moment and the right time to show us. I can totally empathize with that. I can totally empathize with that, Christina. You know, I'm the same. Mother's Day, you know, apart from one Mother's Day, that was when my son gave me the owl present, but no, I never got Mother's Day presents or whatever, and I didn't mind. You know, if that was their choice, and that's the way I saw it. But doesn't sometimes help you wonder, you know, you see all the other moms getting Mother's Day presents, and you're thinking, you know, and then, you know, you get that awkward question, don't you? Oh, what did your children get you for Mother's Day? And then you get that awkward silence. What do I tell them? Eek. So I hear you. Oh, wow. Well, that is, how ungrateful is that? You go to the, you know, you go to the expense of getting a cake and wanting to celebrate somebody's birthday or whatever, and then you turn around and say, no, I'll come back in 2 days and get it because I don't want to celebrate it. Wow. Hello, Crazy Mama's Adventures. Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you, Crazy Mama. He should be a bit more respectful from that. You know, it doesn't take a second to say thank you. If somebody's gone out their way to give you a birthday cake and to, you know, to try and make your birthday special, and that person turns around and says, no, thank you, I don't want to celebrate it and I don't like the cake or whatever, that's being very disrespectful and very rude. But do you know what? At the end of the day, the fault doesn't lie with you, the fault lies with them. You didn't do anything wrong, they did. How are you doing, Crazy Mama's Adventures? Lovely to see you. Do you know what? Well said. Well said, Christina, because that's so true. That is so true. We don't know what we've got until we don't have it anymore. And that's a lesson that they will learn in time. You just keep being you, keep doing what you're doing, and eventually they'll realize there will come a day, for whatever reason, we don't stay on this earth for life. Our life journey is either long or short, it doesn't matter. We all have different lengths of journeys, but nobody lives forever. And there'll be a day when you're not here and it's too late. It's too late for them to say thank you for my birthday present or thank you for my Mother's Day present, etc. Or thank you for my Christmas present or whatever. It's too late because we're no longer here. Hopefully, they get the message before that time. Oh, good. Oh, what you cooking? And if it's anything nice, I'm getting my broom and I'm flying over to your house. Everybody's been making me hungry. They've been sending me cookie emojis and burger emojis and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I could fair go with a cookie right now. Yep. But you know what? Sometimes in life, we have the right to say no. We have the right to turn around and say, do you know what? No, I'm not giving you it because you just expect. Well, do you know what? It's my turn. I'm going to treat myself. And if you want me, you can have a mum strike day, and say, do you know what? Today mum's on strike. Son, you're doing the dishes. Dad, you're doing the cooking. I'm not doing it anymore. Just for one day, you fend for yourselves. Hard to do, but I did that once, It was like my ex would come in and say, oh, why is dinner not on the table? Well, one, I've been working all day. Two, I've been doing the housework when I'm not working, etc., etc. And three, the dinner's just on. Well, that's not good enough. I need my dinner now. I grabbed my jacket and I said, okay, the oven's on. The dinner's in the oven. It has another 25 minutes left to cook. I've already had something earlier to eat. I'm going out to walk for the dog. Probably be about an hour. Enjoy your dinner, and I walked out. He couldn't believe it. But do you know what? He never complained if dinner was late. Oh, thank you, Christina. Do you know what? I've met some wonderful friends. Everybody that comes on and chats with me is my friend. Don't care who you are. If you're coming on and supporting my lives, I'm supporting you 100%. And I'm sorry, girls, but you're stuck with me. If you're coming on and chatting with me, I'm already know that you're my friend. But I will give you a bit of a warning. See, when you have me as a friend, I'm for life. So I'm like super glue. That super bond glue, super glue. Once I'm stuck with you, once I'm stuck to you, that's it. I'm stuck with you for life. That's just who I am. Oh, thank you, me too. So, yeah. And I have plenty of sticky glue. So, anyone else wants super glued? My pleasure. But just be warned, my glue is super glue. It don't come off. unless you being nasty to me, in which case, yeah, I'll boil that glue off and send you down the river somewhere and say, cheerio, have a nice life. But I've done that with so many people now. Whereas when I was going through abuse or whatever else, I just took it. You know, it's like, well, that's what I was, you know, you kind of think, well, maybe I was put on this earth to be abused, and then you get wise. Then you leave. Then you help other people to get wise so that they can leave abuse as well. So, yeah. And Debbie's, you know, Debbie's a friend as well. Pixie's a friend. Diane's a friend. I know Diane was on earlier on. Yeah, literally. I used to have a little sign that I made up, and it would be a witch lives here. Any bullies or abusers would be told. So yeah. Good question. Did I forgive my abuser? Yes. Why did I forgive my abuser? One, he's not in my life anymore, and he can't control me anymore. So I forgive his actions. Two, another reason I forgive him is because I know what karma's like. For every wrong deed that he ever did, and that was 30 years of wrong deeds, he's going to get universal karma 3 times 3 for it. Many times he's wished me dead. The last time I heard about my ex was that he has an incurable bowel disease that will eventually kill him. There's his karma. He treated his ex-wife like shit. Makes sense, doesn't it? The karma decided to give him a bowel disease. Not my doing, his doing. I don't take responsibility for universal karma. But I will take responsibility for my own actions. And I forgive him. Because when I left abuse, and I left his sorry ass behind, I met the man of my dreams. I met my soulmate. And I would never have met my soulmate had it not been for my ex abusing me. So yes, I can forgive him. Karma won't be so forgiving. And that's the way I've always seen it. Same with all the people that have bullied me or abused me in my life. Not just my ex, I've been abused by other people in my life as I was growing up. Again, I forgive. Because karma will give them exactly what they gave out. So I learned to forgive and move on with my life. They're not in my life anymore. They don't mean anything to me. So I forgive them and walk on. Wish them well with their life. I can't say the same for their karma that awaits them. Which is why one of my teaching is always be aware of your words and your actions. Because it comes back threefold. If you do good in this life and you do good in this world, you will get that good back threefold. Thank you, Jessica's World. I'm so glad I met him as well. He totally spoils me, and I'm not used to being spoiled. But you know what? All my friends on here spoil me as well, and that's why I like spoiling people with free readings as well. Because I believe that, you know, to give is to receive, and to receive is to give also. There are too many people in this world that think that they have the right to take, and give nothing back. But we should do things in equal measures. If somebody is kind to you, be kind back. If somebody is giving you something, give something back. Because in doing that, we are bringing good karma into our lives. And if you're just coming into this life and take, and give nothing back, sooner or later, somebody bigger and better than you is going to come and take from you and leave you with nothing. Lesson learned. Oh, thank you, Carolina. Oh, thank you. Yep, we just get older and we get wiser. You know, every experience that we go through in life, we get wiser for it. We learn from it and we get wiser for it. Gives us a little bit of wisdom. I used to colour my hair all the time because I love purple and black, so I have purple hair, and I've recently just got black moons and stars done today. I decided, you know what, I'm needing some badass nails for all my enemies in this world. So I decided I was going to treat myself because we all deserve a little treat. So I got my nails done today, and the lady said, you know, it's like one of these TikTok things, isn't it? You have beautiful nails, you model. You like long or short? You got boyfriend? Oh, no wonder you not got boyfriend. I do long better. We've all seen that one, right? So I felt, you know, I was trying not to laugh because when I was sitting getting my nails done today, that TikTok one just, in fact, I did one of those TikTok ones a wee while back. And she was saying, you want long or short nails? You want long or short nails? And I was like, medium, medium length. You like round, square, or pointy? And I said, pointy. So that I can poke my enemy's eyes out. Only joking. But yeah, I ended up getting the pointy nails, and of course they had to be black or whatever. But you know, I had been deciding for years, I need to go silver. I need to get my silver back. I'm an old crone witch. I've lived many past lives. I've got all this wisdom. I need to stop dyeing my hair, even though I love purple hair. So I stopped dyeing my hair just before I came onto TikTok. And then I realised TikTok have a group of amazing women who think the same way. They're called the Silver Sisters, hashtag Silver Sisters, and you see them all. And it's all women embracing their silver hair. Why? Because our silver hair shows that we've been through some shit. And we're still standing. That makes us awesome. And that makes us wise, strong women. So with age comes wisdom, but also with age comes strength as well. And I love that. Businesswoman, yes, I do. Silver is beautiful, isn't it? Yet I'm a crone. I'm a crone traditional witch. Some people call me a starseed. Some people say I'm an indigo. I'm a spiritual, I guess I'm a spiritual being. I've never felt that Earth was my home, if that makes sense. I've always felt, I'm always looking at the moon, the stars, hence why I'm connected with the moon. I've always been connected with the moon, the stars, the universe. And I've always felt that that's where I belong, that's my home. And when you search ancestors and stuff. And I have a wonderful ancestor. She was my great-grandmother. She was an Irish witch who lived in the 1800s. I didn't know her in this life, but she's guided me all my life. And I'm like, well, you know, why do I not feel at home here? Why do I not feel that I belong here? And she said, because you don't. You're a universal starseed, indigo, whatever you want to call. The earth is in peril. It needs its starseeds. So you're sent down to do a job. You're sent down to wake people up. You're sent down to educate. You're sent down with healing gifts. You're sent down with the gifts of seeing. But yes, I do private readings. You can feel free to DM me and book a private reading. My private readings are always done on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, because that's where I used to do a lot of my work on Facebook until I decided to try TikTok, because Facebook's kind of went down the toilet, but I still connect with a lot of people on Facebook Messenger. So I do book readings, which are either messenger call for the camera shy ones or video messenger. My readings are £25 for a full reading, and they're an hour plus. I always say an hour plus because I never give a time for readings, because I can't tell spirit. You know, I can't say to spirit, okay, I'm going to book, you know, this person's booked 20 minutes. You've got 20 minutes to tell me everything I need to tell this person. I can't do it. And neither can spirit in all truth. So I always say my full readings are an hour plus. And they're £25, or I pick 6 names every evening when I come and do my lives. And I also have a free mini reading, 1 card reading waiting list for people on my profile page. There's a post that says free readings list. People go on there and say, could I have a card please? I then message back to say, you're on my readings list. Every day I try and get 3 names done on that reading list and post them to my profile and tag the person's name in it. So I hope that helps. Yes, you can. You can DM me on here, or you can email me at ladymoonlight.talktalk.com. Or ladymoonlight@talktalk.com, sorry. That is my email address. So I don't always check a lot of my emails a lot of the time, because I do a lot of my stuff on Messenger or DM on here now. But you can email me or you can DM me. All my DMs are confidential anyway. And I'm more than happy to help with whatever I can. So I hope that helps. Okay. So where were we on the 6th? So we've just done Christina, and I hope, Christina, that message helps you, honey. You are appreciated more than you know. And even if your partner and son don't appreciate you, this old crone witch definitely does. We all appreciate you here. We absolutely love it when you come and join us. We're all one big happy family here. I've met some wonderful, wonderful people here. Okay, so we're on to Carol. Carol Turner, 37 now. And then we'll have Colette and Debbie. So let us get the moon cards. And we will shuffle the moon cards for our Carol. Hopefully Carol hasn't fallen asleep on us, bless. You're more than welcome. Do you know what? I love you all. Absolutely adore you. You are all bleeding amazing. And if somebody hasn't told you that already, I'm telling you all, you're all done amazing. You just need to believe in yourselves and tell yourselves, look in the mirror every day and say, you know what, I'm bloody amazing. And believe it, because you are. Oh, thank you, Pixie. Loving the hearts. Loving the hearts and the cookies and the roses, and I've been totally spoiled tonight. So thank you all. Right back at you too. Do you know what? This is why I love coming on lives. You know, a lot of people have said your lives are different from everybody else's lives. Probably because I am who I am. You know, some people like me, some people don't. The ones that don't like me, stroll on. Have a good day. The ones that do like me, come and join the party. We'll get some witch's brew. Here, we should do that one day, shouldn't we? We should have a party in here. Who's up for a party? We'll get some music on. We'll get some boogie in. Some of you can join me live. That's scary, isn't it? Come and join me live. We can do here we could do a chat night. That'd be good, right? We can have a girly night. Pajama party. Who's up for a pajama party? Anybody for a pajama party? Could do a live pajama party. That'd be so cool. Hello, Carol. Yay. Okay, so shuffle the cards for Carol. If I can make one person smile in my day, job done. And that's what I kind of like to do on my lives. I like to spread a little bit happiness, a little bit joy. The world needs more of that. We're all too serious. We need to loosen up and have some fun. Yes, girl, go for it. Hell no. Oh no, I don't give up my moon water for nobody. And yes, get your hair done, get your nails done, pamper yourself. Because guess what? Every one of us is worth it. If you can't spoil yourself, who can you spoil? Self-love is the way to go. It's the highest energy of all. When you learn to love yourself, then you can love others. Even if others don't love you back, you can love them, forgive them, let them go if they don't love you back, and just carry on loving. Yeah, now you're talking, Pixie. You know what? We should like, I don't know, get like a big glass bucket, right? Because you need to put moon water in the glass to charge in the moon, don't you? So we could get like a big glass tankard or a big glass jug, the biggest jug we can find, fill it with water, and then we'll just drink it on a pajama party. That sounds good. Oh, bless. Yeah, exactly. When you start to love yourself, and you know, when we tell ourselves we are perfect just the way we are, the universe made us how we are because the universe seeing us all as perfect. We might have disabilities, we might be different, we might look different from other people, but you know what? The universe made us the way we are for whatever reason. I don't have physical vision, but I have spiritual vision. If I had physical vision, I wouldn't have spiritual vision. So I'm thankful for not having my for not having my physical vision, because it's given me my spiritual vision. There's a blessing in everything. We just need to find it. Right. Do you know what? Can you DM me on here, and I will just put email address, and I will DM you my email. Oh, that sounds lovely, Pixie. Do you know what? That's why your card said you've got to go and read. You've got to go and write that book. You've got to write that book, honey. Okay, let's pick this card for Carol. Now you know why I only pick 6 names at night, because we get caught up with talking. But I like to talk to you all. I like to spend time with everybody. That's who I am. And if I can help somebody along their way, then I will help them along their way. That's what I do. Okay. So Carol, you have got a new start is coming, and it is a new moon. New moons are all about new beginnings and new starts. So it makes sense that this is a new moon. So whatever has gone, leave it gone. Whatever is past, leave it in the past. It's time to close the door on the past. And that means everything that happened yesterday, everything that happened an hour ago, everything that happened 2 hours ago that is negative, leave it in the past. Because that's where it belongs. If it's past and done, it belongs in the past. You've been holding on to some parts of the past for too long, and that burden would just weigh you down. So it's time to release that, and it's time to go forward, knowing that there's new beginnings. And, you know, we've just passed the full moon, and the new moon will be the next one. So between now and the new moon, release what you no longer need. Release all negativity. Release all worries, self-doubt, low esteem. Release it all. All traumas or troubles that you've had in the past. Write them down, let them go, and be ready for the new beginnings that are on their way to you. A new start is coming after the storm of life. And it's time for you to prepare for that new start, if that makes sense. That sounds lovely, Debbie. That sounds lovely, Pixie. So I feel that things probably haven't gone the way you want them to, Carol, in the past, and certainly not kind of in the near present. But it's time for you to know that the universe is saying change is just around the corner. But for that change to take place, you need to release everything that's in the past. You need to let it go. You know, we can't change the past. We can't go back and change what's been and what's gone. And there's no point in trying to cling to it. We can learn from it and let it go, and then embrace the new changes that are coming your way. I'm glad it makes sense, and thank you for the confirmation on that one. So I love this card when it comes, because it always makes me smile. Because I know that when this card shows up, good things are on their way. And I'm so glad that you got picked tonight, because I feel you needed to hear this message. And now's the time to think positive. Throw out the negative and concentrate on the positive. And if negative people come into your life, you have the choice to say, nah, not dealing with that. That's your negativity, not mine. If you're not coming to me with positive, I don't want to be a part of your negative. Come back when you're positive and carry on. So love and blessings, and thank you so much for joining me tonight, because it meant that you got a card, and I love that card. I think out of all the moon cards, that's one of my favourites, because it reminds me that every cloud has a silver lining. Every dark cloud has a silver lining. And after every rainstorm, the sun comes out. And that's exactly what that card basically is saying to you. You've been through your storms. Now it's time for the sun to shine. You're more than welcome. My pleasure. Okay, so we're now on to Colette. Yay, we have our Colette. Wow, we have lots of spirit guides with me tonight, Mike. I don't know if you can see this on the... Let me see if I can gently bring this candle. But can you see how this candle is flickering like crazy? You maybe can't see it because it's in the glass, but I always know spirit are around when they start making my candles dance. Many years ago, when I was with my ex, I was asking for some guidance from my spirit guides, and my ex walked in the room and the candle literally exploded. There was wax everywhere. I guess that was spirit saying, time for you to leave. However, in hindsight, I wish I had, but I was too busy mopping up the spilt wax, but that's the first time I've ever seen a candle explode. So I love when candles dance, though. It's so magical when you see candles dancing and you know spirit are around. Thank you for the likes, honey. Okay. So is Colette still with us, or has she fallen asleep? Right, spirit, I've mixed up my cards. Let's reshuffle them again. The energy is building. Do we still have our Colette with us? You're more than welcome. I'm going to keep shuffling these cards for Colette and then splitting them. She's maybe making a brew or something. Yeah, let's wake her up. Anybody got any moon water? Somebody give Colette some moon water. That'll wake her up. Yeah, I put... If I can send Pixie to sleep just by doing by watching my meditations, I suppose I could put people to sleep watching my videos. One of my best friends, Lucy, she's normally Lucy Lou. She's a wonderful person to follow as well. Lucy Lou Yates is her name on TikTok, and she follows a lot of my lives when she's not working with the fire service. And yeah, there's been a few times she's watched my YouTube channel and fell asleep as well. What can I say? It's a gift. I'm so sorry, Jezbia, for your loss, honey. Normally when they pass over, they have what we call an adjustment period. I guess it's like if you move to a different country on this earth, you have to get used to your new surroundings, your new, maybe new languages, maybe new whatever. When we pass over to spirit, we go through that kind of adjustment. We have to adjust from being on the physical plane to being on a spiritual plane. In answer to your question, is she okay? Yes, very much so. Because part of the adjustment is the healing process. For example, a good example of that one is if somebody passes away. Like, a good example would be my mother passed away in 2009 on New Year's Day with cancer. While she had the cancer, she was in so much pain and discomfort. Anybody that knows somebody that's going through cancer knows what I'm talking about. Cancer is a cruel, cruel, cruel disease that takes so many lives. I lost both my parents to cancer. But I knew that when she passed over, that she was going through a healing process. Any physical pain or any hurts or any emotions or whatever that we hold on to on the earth plane gets left behind in the physical body. We don't take it with us in our spiritual body. So our souls are our spiritual energy. It's not physical, it's a spiritual energy. Take away our human body and you've just got spiritual energy that's left behind, universal energy. So when your auntie passed over, she would have been going, or will be going through some healing and adjustments to her new surroundings. If she was in any discomfort or she had any ailments on the earth, they are gone. She doesn't take them with her. So, in answer to your question, honey, is she okay? Yes, very much so. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, rest assured she hasn't taken it with her. Okay? She'll be free of that. Oh, bless. But do you know what? She will be. That's the thing. Your wedding is in 2 months, did you say? So your wedding is in 2 months. You best believe she's going to be there. Because when we have connections with people on this earth plane, when they pass over, they are still connected to us. They follow our journey in life. They watch over us. Sometimes, if we listen and we can connect to them, they will guide us in life as well, and they will find ways of giving us messages. But so too will they share in our joys in life. So birthdays, Christmases, weddings, engagements, all of that, they take part in that just as well. So when you get married in 2 months' time, you best believe she's going to be there. She's going to be watching you. She's going to be so proud. So even though you can't see her or you can't hear her, she'll be there. She'll be there watching you going down the aisle. And she'll be there watching you taking your vows. And she'll be there dancing with you at the reception. Exactly, Debbie. And it does give you, yeah, it does. You're more than welcome. I'm more than happy to help. Always sorry when there's a loss. It's so sad. And And especially if you can't be with them when they pass over. As you said, she's in Canada, she was in Canada and you were in Leeds. And it is, we're left with so many different mixed emotions, like, I wish I was there, I wish I'd said this to her, or I wish I'd spent more time with them. But we can't turn back the clocks of time. But however, the things that we couldn't say to them on the earth plane, we can still say to them, because they hear us. They still hear every word we say. They're still with us. They're still part of our lives. I always say to people, when they come to me and they'll say, can you pass on a message and let them know that I love them? I don't need to, they've just heard you say it. Pixie's always saying to me, can you tell Ollie? She lost her dear friend Ollie not so long ago. In fact, days ago. And she's always saying, can you pass on a message? And I'm always replying, you've just done so. Because they're always just a whisper away. We might not see them, we might not feel them, we might not hear them. But whatever we say or whatever we think, they hear. And she will be with you, honey. So I hope that helps. Hello, Jenny. Pixie, you're more than welcome. Oh, you're more than welcome. You know what, if I can help somebody along the way, especially when it comes to grieving or whatever, when people pass over into spirit, they never truly leave us. They're still with us. I always say, imagine that they're just in the next room, and the door between this room and their room is locked until it's your turn to go into the spirit realm, and then you unlock that door and you see them again. But until then, they can still see you through spiritual windows. They can still watch your life. They can still take part in your joy. They can still take part in the things that make you happy, the things that make you sad. If you're sick, they can send healing. If you're happy, they can share in your joy. If you're having happy events, they can share in those events. They can sit round the Christmas table at Christmas time with you and be there with you and the rest of the family. But more importantly, they can hear you. And you can speak to them anytime that you want. And in the knowledge that they can hear every word, every thought. Even miscarriages, whether it's a miscarriage, even though that embryo is just, or that child is unborn, it was still living, it was still part of you. It was still a living being, a living spiritual being. And even though it miscarried, it was still part of you. Even though it wasn't born into this world, it was still a spiritual being that was part of you. And its spirit is still connected to you in some ways. So, we can even talk to our unborn miscarried babies if we really, really wanted to. I have a friend who had a child, and she lost a child when the child was very, very young. She was very sick. But she still speaks to her every single day. Every single day. So whether, if it was living within you, even for the shortest of time, it was still connected to you. And it's still part of you. And it can still hear you. Oh, bless. Oh, bless. Well, do you know what? Your twins will always forever love you because you're their mama. You will always be their mama bear. And even though they weren't born into this world, you're still their mama bear. You're still connected to them. And even those that are young, that are born into the world and don't live to see a full year or even a few months, they're still part of they are still a part of you. You will always be their mum. Nobody can take that away from you or them. They are still connected. And if they're connected to us, they are with us always. Exactly. They are golden angels. Children that leave us before their life has even begun are the most purest angels in the universe. And those angels are with you always. They never leave. So I hope that's brought comfort. And thank you so much to everyone that has asked questions, and that I hope my answers have brought comfort. Yep, Colette is sleeping, but I'm just going to read a card for Colette anyway. And I know that Colette can always catch up with this video on my YouTube, because I always share this video on my YouTube channel. For anyone that's just new to watching this, my YouTube channel is on my website, which is on my bio, on my profile here on TikTok. Okie doke. Let's pick a card for Colette. I know she's sleeping, but we'll pick one for her anyway. Okay. Wow. For Colette, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So, whether Colette is already in a relationship, whether she has started a new relationship, this card speaks of romance. And even if we've been married or we're in a relationship with the same person for many years, doesn't stop them from being romantic, right? It doesn't stop them from wanting to spoil us. Just yesterday, my partner took me out for the whole day, which is why I couldn't come live last night, because we didn't get back till later on. But he took me out for the day, and he wined and dined me and totally spoiled me. I've been together with him for 8 years. And even in those 8 years, he does still spoil me every day. And I spoil him just as much. So romance never dies if you are with that special someone. You know, we're always treating each other. He's treating me and I'm always treating him, etc. And then today I treated myself to itchy nails, but hey, we're allowed to do that as well. So a new romantic cycle is beginning for Colette. So this could be for a new relationship, as I said, or it could be that there's an anniversary of your getting together coming up, or it could be, you know, a wedding, engagement, whatever. You may be celebrating, you know, a new birth, or just being together. Sometimes you decide, you know what, let's go out for the night, let's have a date night and whatever, even though we've been together for forever, and we'll just spoil each other. You know, it's nice to keep romance alive in any relationship. And if you found the right person, romance truly does never die. It just gets better. And it just gets more romantic. You know, we go from one romantic cycle to another. You know, especially when we reach our, first year is always special, isn't it, with somebody? And then you have that 10 year, and then 20 year, and then 30 year, and 40 year. And each one is a new beginning, a new cycle, a new romantic cycle. And that's the way I've always seen true love relationships. That if you're with the one person that makes you happy, then they make you happy just as much. And you will have little romantic cycles beginning. Whether it's a 10 year, 20 year, 30 year, it doesn't matter. You'll know when you've met the right person, if that makes sense. Yes, he does. He wants you to focus on your writing. That's what he's been shouting. For is it Colette? Yeah, for Colette, if you're watching this back on YouTube, this card is for you, honey, and new romantic cycle is beginning for you. Yes, Ollie is trying to get your attention to say you need to start writing. He is passionate for you to start writing this book. And that's why you can hear him. Sometimes Spirit don't give up trying to reach us. So I think it's great that you actually heard his voice, because he's finally trying to break through. And even though you haven't been able to hear what he's saying, he's letting me know that he's saying you need to write that book. It's all right thinking about it, but he's wanting you to start writing, even if it means starting tomorrow morning or starting tomorrow. Make today the first day of starting your book. Even if you have to write it, scribble a bit out, write it, scribble a bit out, because if you're anything like me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. If it doesn't read right the first time, I'll keep doing it and keep doing it and keep tweaking it till I get it right. But the strong messages, definitely get that book written. Well done. Ollie's saying you better, because he's holding you to that promise. He says 2 pinky promises, just to make sure you get the job done. Of course, he said that with a cheeky smile. Okay, so we're on to the last reading of the night, which is our Debbie. Debbie, Debbie, Debbie. Our beautiful Debbie. Okay, let's shuffle these cards and see what our Debbie has to say. And then I'm going to do, after this live, I will be doing my mini card and affirmation of the day on my profile. Because it's kind of coming up for 1:15, it'll probably be about 2 a.m. before I'm done with that. And then tomorrow, during the day, I'm going to do 6 of my readings from my free readings list on my profile. I normally do them after my live, but I'll be here till about 5-6 o'clock in the morning if I do that. So for anyone that's waiting on my readings list, instead of 3 readings tonight, I will be doing, I'm going to pick 6 names from the readings list to try and bring that readings list down for you all. My days are so busy just now. I'm actually busier now that I've been on TikTok than I ever was on Facebook. On Facebook, I was pretty much twiddling my thumbs because I hardly got anybody asking for free readings or booked readings or anything. So my readings list was so simple. My free readings list was so simple to get through because I was able to do the readings. I was lucky if I got maybe 5 readings in a week, and I could do them in one night. So a lot of the time I wasn't kept busy, but since being on TikTok and meeting more and more people and having more and more followers, my goodness me, you guys are keeping me, and ladies are keeping me busy. Exactly. Yep, definitely. Let's go. So we're going to do the last reading of the night, which is our Debbie. Debbie's probably saying, oh, my turn. Here we go. We're saving the best till last. Our Debbie. Thank you to everyone, including Debbie, that contacted me yesterday and contacted Pixie. I know Debbie contacted Pixie as well to say, where's Lady Moonlight? Where's the Mystic Witch? She's not live. That's because my partner whisked me away for a date night in Glasgow yesterday. So by the time we got home, it was pretty late, and you would have all been in your bedroos probably. So apologies for not showing up. Sometimes my partner surprises me and takes me out for the day. But I'm back. Oh, do you know what? That's lovely. Thank you all. Well, I missed you all too. I always miss yous. There's some wonderful, amazing friends that I've met here on TikTok, and I love you all. So thank you so much, everyone. You're the absolute best, all of you. You're amazing. Hello, Willow. Who did I miss most? That's a hard one. I knew Pixie puts me on the spot every time. Do you know what? I missed you all the most. That makes it fairer because I can't pick one particular person. I miss you all. Just because I can. If I want to miss you all equally, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Miss you all equally. But it also means that I look forward to coming back and seeing you all equally. So it's all good. You gotta love Pixie. She keeps me on my twinkle toes, so she does. Okay. So let's shuffle. As I'm shuffling these cards, this is a strange question, or it might be a strange question for Debbie, but I'm going to ask it anyway because I have no idea. Why am I seeing, or why is somebody in spirit showing me Dougal and Zebedee from the Magic Roundabout? Does that have meaning for you? Who loved Dougal and Zebedee from the Magic Roundabout? Somebody is showing me a connection to you from spirit with Zebedee and Dougal from the Magic Roundabout. Yep. Yep, you, Debbie. As I'm shuffling your cards, Debbie, somebody is showing me. I don't know if you're young enough or old enough to remember Dougal from the Magic Roundabout, or somebody that knew Dougal from and Zebedee from the Magic Roundabout. But I'm seeing Zebedee, this boingy boingy. It used to be God. I'm showing my age now, but Zebedee was this little toy on springs, and Dougal was this tiny dog with no legs. He was all hair and used to go around chasing his tail, go round and round in circles. But they were from a kids program called The Magic Roundabout. And there's a lady in spirit showing me Dougal and Zebedee for some strange reason. Oh, wow. Okay, did Zebedee connect with you and your uncle? Was there a connection then? If your uncle passed away in 79, did your uncle know about your like for the Magic Roundabout? I'm so thankful that you were able to confirm that it's your favorite. It was one of your favorite. Is there also a lady connected to your uncle who passed away in 79? Because he's with a lady in spirit. I don't know if you can take that, but he's with a lady in spirit. He's not just himself, but he's with a lady in spirit, and this lady is the one that's showing me Dougal and Zebedee from the Magic Roundabout. Oh, well, thank you for the confirmation. Can you confirm, do you know who the lady is with him then? She's not saying who she is, but I feel he's told her about you and this love of Zebedee. Okay, thank you. That makes sense then. Thank you very much. Well, they're both here and they're both sending you love. And I feel that he was they were both sending you this message to confirm that it's them, because who else would know about Zebedee and Dougal from the Magic Roundabout other than them and yourself? So thank you so much for the confirmation on that one. So know that they are with you, they are sending you love at this time. I love it when they come through, because I'm like, do you know what? Spirit show me the most oddest of things, and to me they mean nothing, right? To me they mean nothing because, I can only communicate with spirit and they can only show me different things. And it's only when I pass on their messages that it makes sense to me, because obviously it makes sense to you. And they've always been doing that with showing me something that only you and they could know, if that makes sense. And I'm sitting there thinking, why am I getting shown Zebedee and Dougal? And then, of course, why is there a lady connected to this and also a gentleman connected to this? And it would have been round about that time when you were watching the Magic Roundabout, which would have been about the 70s, because I can remember the Magic Roundabout when I was younger. So yeah, I can connect with that as well. So I'm so glad when I was shuffling that they brought that up. Candy floss. They're bringing up candy floss. Like the fairground candy floss. Pink candy floss. Don't know if that means anything to you, but they're also sharing a memory. A lot of the time, Spirit will share memories fond memories that they have of you, even though they're in spirit, they still carry their memories with them. And she's just shown me this fluffy candy floss. Oh wow. Okay. Did you get it in your hair? She says it was most of it missed the mouth and went in the hair. And it was a screaming match when you had to get your hair washed or brushed, because she had to brush out this candy floss. She says there was more in her hair than there was in her mouth, but you loved the stuff. How wonderful. What a magical childhood then to live by a fair. Thank you so much for the confirmation on that. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've got chills just... Wow. Thank you. I'm always glad when people, when I get messages like that, especially when it's like memories with candy floss and Magic Roundabout and stuff, and I'm like, I hope they can take this, because if not, I'm going loopy in my old age. But thank you very much for the confirmation. Oh, thank you for that confirmation as well. Well, she still remembers that, and she's sharing that memory with you as well. Just for the record, I used to like candy floss. I think I liked the white one. Don't get me wrong, I did have the pink candy floss from time to time, but the white one, I think white candy floss always reminded me of fluffy clouds. Because I was always connected, and I always have been connected to like clouds, moon, sun, the stars, as you can see from my nails. So I used to be drawn to like the white fluffy candy floss. I used to think it was clouds. I used to think I was eating clouds. But thank you so much for the confirmation on that one. That's such a beautiful message for them to share with you, and I'm sure that will bring back those fond memories for you as well as them. It's beautiful, beautiful when that happens, so thank you. Okay. The message that they're bringing to you, and I don't know if this one will make sense to you. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm sure it's going to make sense to you. There is something that's happening in your life that really you should be letting go, but it irks you so much you just cling to it. You know, it's like, an example of that would be if somebody says something really nasty to you. By rights, we should just shrug it off, right? And forget about it. Or somebody's done us wrong, we should just shrug it off and forget about it. But sometimes that's hard to do, and sometimes we're like, ugh, how dare they say that about me? Or, ugh, you know, and we get angry and we get frustrated and we just can't let it go. And it's like, how dare, or somebody tells us something that's not true. Or or somebody tells somebody else something that's not true about us, and we're trying to clear our name, and it can be so angering or so frustrating, and we try and put it to the back of our mind and we try and forget it, but it keeps coming back. Well, this card is talking about that because it's saying nothing will come of this situation. Nothing will come of this situation is the message the universe has given to you. In other words, don't cling on to the hurt that they've caused you. It's not going to do you any harm. It's not going to do you any good, sorry. And it's not going to change their behaviours or their actions towards you. And nothing will come of it by holding on to grudges or holding on to hurt. So it's a case of releasing it. Leave them to sort it out themselves. If they're throwing hurt at you or wrong words at you, or it's past hurt that's still clinging to you, let it go. Think of it this way. If they've hurt you in the past, they'll have to answer to karma, not you. Let it go. Wish them well in life, hard as it may be, and walk away and leave karma to do the rest. Because it will. Karma will dish out just and right justice for their behaviours towards you. And this allows you the freedom to get on with your life. And the best thing you can do for somebody that's hurt you in the past is to live the best life you can and smile and say, I'm still standing. You didn't destroy me. You might destroy yourself in the long run with the karma that's coming your way. But I can smile because you didn't hurt me. I'm still standing. And I'm not going to hold on to your hurt anymore, or your words, or your past actions. I'll leave you to karma. And as from today, I walk on with my life, and I will smile, and I will embrace the future, because nothing will come of me holding on to your past. Because when we hold on to that past, we allow them to keep control of our present and our future. Don't allow them to do that. The best way you can take their power away from them is by releasing them, letting them go. Forgive them, let them go, and leave it to karma. By that way, you gain power, they lose it. Oh, thank you so much. Well, know that those difficult situations that you are dealing with, nothing's going to come of them. So find a way of releasing them. Let them go. And leave it to the ones that are causing you this difficult situation. And if it's arguments, say, you know what, I'm not getting involved. I'll agree to disagree and I'm moving on. And if you keep coming at me with them when I want to move on, then I will remove you from my life because I don't need the negativity. That way, you're claiming your power, you're clearing the difficult situations that are going on in your life, and you're moving forward. Because nothing comes of arguments that can never, or battles that can never be won. Hi Tracy, how are you? Yay! You've just missed all the beautiful readings we've had today. I've just passed on another, the last reading of the night for our Debbie. But Debbie, you'll get through these difficult situations. Oh, Tracy, I got my nails done eventually. I got the stars and the moons. So I have long nails again. I love my witchy nails. They are awesome. Um, I just have to get used to having long nails again because my nails, because I'm getting older, my nails were, well, they were growing stronger, but I have weird nails. Don't know if anybody else has had weird nails, but my nails grow at different rates. So one hand, my nails grow extremely strong, and the other hand is like playing catch up. So my nails are always at different lengths. So I love it when I decide to treat myself to my nails and get them all the same length. I know, right? They're so me. Moons and stars. I absolutely love them. Um, but yeah, they are amazing. Um, you've missed all the good girly chats. We've been having pajama parties here. You've missed our pajama party. We've been having fun. Pixie's been causing mischief. Debbie's drank all the moon water. Yeah, we've been having a great time. We've been doing readings in between time, obviously, but yeah, everybody has just been so much fun. Um, we've been talking about my meditations, and Pixie has been amusing us with. Um, she loves my sky and earth grounding meditation on YouTube, and she says, "I want to try all your other meditations, but I fall asleep." She says, "I want to make sure that I go through at least one of your meditations without falling asleep." So every night when she's been trying to do the sky and earth grounding meditation, she falls asleep before it even finishes. And she's like, "God damn it, I have to do it all over again the next day." Oh, Pixie, you are amazing, girl. Honestly. But you know what? If you fall asleep during my meditation, you've done it right, right? Because if you fall asleep through my meditation, it's your body saying you need sleep. So the meditation has worked. I always say if you fall asleep through my meditations will give you exactly what you need or what your body needs, right? So, for example, if you've had a cold and you do one of my meditations and you start feeling better, the meditation cured your cold. If you're insomnia and you can't sleep and you do my grounding meditation and you don't see the meditation through to the end, it worked. You had the best night's sleep ever. And you've gone from not being able to sleep at night to sleeping all night and waking in the morning and thinking, what happened? Oh, Tracy, I know. How are you feeling now, Tracy? Are you getting better, honey? You're still on my healing list, by the way. You're still on my Reiki healing list. I haven't taken you off my list because you need the healing. Well, in that case, you are staying on my healing list. I'll have to, I'm going to reply to your PM earlier about your dream because I've gave that some thought about the dream that you had and I've got the answer for you. So I'm going to message you after this live. well, after the live and I've done my mini card of the day, I'm going to message you with what I found while I remember, because I think it's going to help big time. Do you know what I love? I love these chats because everyone has been so understanding, and I've met some wonderful, wonderful people here on TikTok, and received so much new followers every day. My following list just keeps on growing. It's like the magic beanstalk. It just you wake up in the morning, it's grown another inch or two. So thank you so much to everyone that has followed me, that has booked readings or asked for my free readings. Thank you to everyone who has joined me on my lives every day. Thank you so much for the messages from Pixie and Debbie as well. Yesterday when my partner was spoiling me and I came home, and it was lovely because I had messages in my DM box saying, "Are you coming live? We miss you." Thank you so much. You'll never know how much that means to me. And thank you to my friend Tracy, I Am Life Day, because if it wasn't for this woman, I wouldn't be doing TikToks. She gave me the boot up the backside to do TikTok because I will admit I was a little bit afraid to come out of my comfort zone as far as TikTok goes, but I'm here, and I guess you guys and ladies are stuck with me. Oh, thank you, Pixie. You did, Tracy. You did, and do you know what? I'm so glad you never gave up on me on that one. You know, I would moan to Tracy and say, "Oh, I'm getting nowhere on Facebook," because Facebook, let's face it, folks, Facebook is just going down the toilet, right? Um, and Instagram, I do like Instagram, don't get me wrong, but the quality of people here on TikTok just far outweigh the quality of any social media out there. I know, isn't Tracy amazing, Pixie? She is. She's just, you know what? I'm so glad and blessed to have Tracy in my life. She's a true blessing. She's like a sister to me now. She's another one that she's kind of stuck with me whether she likes it or not. um, a bit like Pixie and Stacey and Debbie, and that. You folk have always been here for me, and vice versa. And you know what? That's what true friendship's all about. That's what women supporting women is all about. It's being there for each other. It's giving and taking in equal measure. And wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could all do that? Sadly, not everybody can. But we can strive to lead by example, by being the best version of us that we can be. And I'm going to quote my wonderful friend Tracy, because this phrase stuck with me for life with Tracy. Be the light that you want to see in others. Be the light you want to see in the world. Because when you shine your light, others see it. Yes, I did. Isn't it? It's a great one, and I've never forgot it. Our friends can plant the most beautiful seeds in our garden, and those seeds grow and stay with us for life. And affirmations like "be the light that you want to see in others, or be the light that you want to see in the world. That is one of those very precious seeds that we should keep, and we should water it. You know, and that's what friends are about: sharing seeds, planting seeds together, and collectively, we as women, we grow the most beautiful gardens ever. We tend the most beautiful gardens because we plant those seeds and we water them for the world to see. And then they plant their seeds and water them for the world to see. And maybe one day we will all be united in supporting each other, replacing hate with love, replacing bullying with kindness, compassion. Surely it's not that difficult a dream for us to achieve. It requires leading by example and shining our light for all to see. And those that are blinded by the light and walk away, we can pray for them and pray that they see the light one day. We should never give up hope that people will see the light one day and make a better world for tomorrow. And it all starts with us. It starts with me. It starts with you. It starts with everybody. Oh, thank you, Pixie. Well, yous are all amazing. I could sit here and chat to you all night, but I'm gonna pop off and do my mini card and affirmation of the day, and then I'm gonna post this video onto my YouTube channel for especially for Colette, because I think Colette fell asleep on us. As Pixie says, it's my soothing voice. So I know that Colette follows my YouTube, so I know she's going to get to see this video after the live. So I want to just say a huge thank you to everyone who has joined me every evening for my lives, to Tracy, to Debbie, to Pixie, to Colette. Who else did we have for readings tonight? You know what, I'm gonna say Katie, Pixie, Christina, Carol, Colette, Debbie, Tracy, Diane, everyone else who I've forgotten. Thank you all, or who I've forgotten to mention, should I say. Thank you all so much for your support. You are all amazing. Oh, bless. Well, have another crack at it tonight, Pixie. See if you can get to the end of the meditation tonight, and let me know in the morning how it went. I'll keep fingers crossed that you make it to the end of the meditation tonight. You never know. But thank you all. Love and blessings to you all. I will be back tomorrow evening, roughly about 9 p.m. or just after 9 p.m. sometime. I try and aim for 9 p.m., but sometimes I get held up with my partner needing my attention or somebody needing help or advice. But I will be back tomorrow evening with another card and affirmation of the day, and also 6 more people will also receive a reading tomorrow evening as well. I love you too, Pixie. And you, Carolina. So thank you, everyone. Have a great Thursday evening, what's left of it, and I will see you all tomorrow. Love you all. Love you too, Tracy. Mwah. Oops. What do we hit here? Oops. Let's go back. Only thing with long nails is you hit the wrong buttons, and I've just done it again. Bear with me till I try and end this video, folks. Oops, there we go. Right, let's try again. Nope, that's tag ones. I need to get one of these little pen things because I always hit the tag people instead of the end live. Oops. My goodness me. Nope, that's performance. And this one. I know. It's not you know what? TikTok does not want me to leave because it's not shutting down tonight for some reason. Or Spirit is trying to keep it on. One of the two. We will get there. Yay!